If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department. Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-Point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Ardenelville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
You're in there again, Robbie? Hey, I don't blame you. Your Endless Pool is always ready. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Endless Pools are great and ready to use year-round. And let's be honest, you're not just splashing around. The resistance current, full-body workout. You've got some serious wing definition, my friend. Okay. Time for the best part. Sauna time. Look at you, total peace. The heat sinks in, your muscles let go, and the world, it can wait. That's the magic of having a sauna at home. No rushing, no noise, no schedules. Just you and a space that feels like it was built to recharge you. Right now, Floor Pools is part of a limited time offer, and you could save up to $5,000 on an Endless Pool. But that's not all. When you come into Floor Pools, they'll bundle in a sauna at a seriously great price. It's Robbie's Swim and Sweat Bundle, now until September 14th. Swim, recover, relax, all in one place. Your place. Visit floorpools.com or stop by Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, or Martinsburg and ask about Robbie's Swim and Sweat promotion. He says you'll never want to leave home again.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance is fair.
We ask for a chance is fair.
Chance to equal our strife. Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
So we can't beat.
We can't beat.
Woo, beat.
Who let the dogs out?
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school football, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. To get you ready for today's play-by-play action, we'll bring you interviews, in-depth analysis, and important game information on the pregame show. So let's get things started by going to the stadium and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening from Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. It is Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube for you. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producer is Donna Schaffner. Camera crew, Matt Miller and Matt Crawford. Back at the studio, it's Nick Verzolini for the final time, alongside Kyler High. Tonight, Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the H.D. Woodson Warriors. Pregame shows brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit them online at www.whmsystems.com. Big headline for Martinsburg is the year so far. It's an 0-2 start for the Bulldogs. First time since 2015. It's been tough, especially in the passing game, but a new chapter, a new week, and hopefully it's with a win here against H.D. Woodson, a team that typically they're able to take care of business of.
Yeah, it usually has been the case, but this Martinsburg team does feel a little different from the last couple years and the few years since Coach Walker has come back. And that's not necessarily means for panic, totally, because I do think that Huntington and Camden are two really good football teams altogether. There's a good chance that Huntington and Martinsburg was a championship preview, state championship preview. There's a good chance that it wasn't also. You've got other teams in the state, Wheeling Park, Morgantown, Spring Mills, who knows, that can make a run. But until we get through the rest of this schedule, and maybe tonight could be a good litmus test for where we're at. You don't want to panic, but it does feel like this Martinsburg team needs growth and development way more so than the first couple years since Coach Walker has come back, and a lot of Coach Walker's teams of the 21st century, really. But they have things that they can do well. They can really run the ball, and that defense at times has looked really good. They got kind of tired, it seemed like, at times against Huntington. Those long drives, they were playing a lot of plays out there. But overall, there's room for improvement. Only 2 weeks into the season, a lot of guys are still getting some of their first game action as starters at the varsity level or varsity in general. So we'll see what H.D. Woodson brings to the table. Like you said, this is a team that Martinsburg has scheduled before, a team Martinsburg has beaten before. But if nothing else, that gives us a good thing to go off of, because we can really measure. Like, all right, last year's Martinsburg team did this to H.D. Woodson, this year's team. Now, of course, it's going to be a different Woodson team as well, different Warriors team. But, again, we get another look at this team and see, what's the panic meter at? I think for some people it's pretty high, some people maybe not so much. I'm somewhere in the middle. I wouldn't call it panic, but I do think that this team for Martinsburg has a lot more room to grow than we're used to.
On the H.D. Woodson side, they are 1-1 on the year, coming off a 38-26 win against Utopian. We'll see a new quarterback for them, Dylan, than last year, and Amari Leonard, the 5'10" junior. He will be the starter, someone that is definitely growing under Coach Greg Fuller, and he speaks very highly of as well. You'll hear from him later on in the pregame show. You'll hear from Coach Walker as well as a few other Bulldog players here in the pregame show as we get you set for that. But for now, we're going to step aside and take our first break of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, you'll have the check of the area schedule, where you hear about who is playing who around the Eastern Panhandle and the coaches' thoughts on those matchups. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Free money you can't lose. Download the Casino Kings app today.
Prohibited word void. Must claim to be 21 or older. Free money is not cash. Won't cannot be withdrawn. This obtains free money or unrestricted and strict markets on offer. Must be claimed by the end of this period. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've probably heard that sped up disclaimer at the end of sportsbook ads. The ones that say,
Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
But can they really help you stop gambling? Yes. They've helped thousands of people here in West Virginia stop gambling and take back their lives. They provide guidance and resources, including financial counseling and even free software to block gambling sites. So talk to someone who will take the time to listen. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for the check of the area schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. With convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle, fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. Just like Week 1, there was only one member of the EPAC to win last Friday, and that's because there had to be. The Washington Patriots were able to hang on and defeat the Hedgesville Eagles last Friday, 36-20. The Patriots now sit at 1-1 and will host the Liberty Lions tonight. It's the first time the two programs will meet. Here's Washington head coach Terry Ray.
They're a traditional two-back football team that likes running power and counter, and they're smash-mouth football. Defensively, they run like a 3-3 stack. They'll roll down, make it a 5-man front. They're pretty aggressive. We're looking to have a good football game on Friday night. Offensively, we know we have to establish the run game. If we can establish the run game, it'll open up our passing game, and it lets Remy breathe a little bit and easier reads in the pass game. But defensively, we got to stop the run. They run the ball like 72% of the time, and we got to stop the run.
As for the Hedgesville Eagles, with the loss, they fall to 0-2 overall. Things don't get any easier on the Eagles' schedule as they head to Morgantown tonight to take on the Mohegans, who sit at 2-0, and will try to make it 5 straight wins in the series. Here's Hedgesville head coach Matt Faircloth.
Big, fast, physical, discipline. When you watch it on film, you see how well they are together. Those guys don't make many mistakes. They have a system, and they run that system to a T, and it's one of those systems that, if you line up wrong or you don't fill a gap correctly, they're going to punish you. And it's like we talked about in our meetings the last 2 days is we can do everything right, and that young man at quarterback can make a lot of things right. It's one of those things like on film, he's moving around, he clears the pocket, then he can take off, he can also throw it, he makes good decisions, and he's got plenty of athletes around him.
Speaking of Morgantown, that's who the Jefferson Cougars were defeated by last week, 38-7. To fall to 0-2 on the year. Tonight, the Cougars have a road game against the Sharando Warriors, who have won the last 3 meetings. Here's Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter.
They're somewhat a typical Sharando team. When they want to pound it, they're going to pound it. When they want to throw the ball, they're going to throw the ball. They're going to try to keep you off kilter. They're physical. We just got to come in prepared for the defense they're going to throw at us. We've seen them play 2 different defenses in the first 2 games, and then you never know what you're going to see because the JV came in and played something totally different. So we just got to be prepared for what we think we're going to see. That's mainly the main thing. Defensively, we just got to be ready for the run, the different formations they're going to throw at us, recognition, see it, and based on what they do, know what plays are going to come at us based on what they do. If we do that and get some stops, finally get the offense in rhythm, then I think we'll be okay during the game. But if we can't get the offense in rhythm, it's going to be a struggle.
The Musselman-Applemen also fell to 0-2. They lost 35-28 last week to the Loudoun Valley Vikings. This week, the Applemen head to the Island to take on the Wheeling Park Patriots. The two programs met twice last season, and Wheeling Park won both times. Here's Musselman head coach Brian Thomas.
We've had a nice little rivalry with Wheeling Park. We've played them for, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I know, in the past 10 years or so, we've played them numerous times. We played them in the playoffs a couple times as well as the regular season. So we've had some really good battles with them. They're really familiar with them and what they like to do. I think they're one of the best coach teams in the entire state. I think Coach Doc does an amazing job with them. Every year you play them, they're very well sound. They're just very good at what they do. They don't do a lot, but, the things that they do them very, very well.
The Spring Mills Cardinals lost last week 33-28 to Wheeling Park and now sit at 1-1 overall. Tonight the Cardinals will host the Connellsville Falcons. It's the first meeting between the two programs. Here's Spring Mills head coach Marcus Law.
You got a team again that has another very athletic running back. Not the quite same running style as what we saw from WAC this week, but the kid can definitely move, and they got a quarterback that can definitely throw it downfield. And he's a pretty agile guy that's going to be back there for him as well. And they've got about 2 or 3 guys in some different roles. Spots that do a really good job of great football players. So, again, another matchup that'll definitely cause us to put our best game out there.
That was your check of the area schedule brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. We'll be back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Panhandle Printing and Design, your local one-stop print shop. We help people manifest their visions and make them come to life. From logos, posters, and window graphics, to banners, business cards, promotional items, car wraps, and more. The options are limitless. One thing's for certain, when you visit Panhandle Printing and Design, you'll be delighted to work with our prompt, professional team as you describe to us what you're looking for. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions. We've been serving the Eastern Panhandle with their insurance needs for 20 years. We specialize in Medicare and health insurance plans. Medicare can be scary. We help seniors navigate the Medicare maze and not get taken advantage of by the call centers. We give honest, local advice on your insurance. We're located in the Aiken Center, 304-283-0864.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Hi, I am Casey Rogers-Adams, the Director of Bands at Martinsburg High School, and I am proud to lead 160-plus talented, dedicated students who make up the Martinsburg High School Bulldog Marching Band. In 2026, the Bulldog Marching Band has been invited to represent Martinsburg High School, the Eastern Panhandle, and the great state of West Virginia in the National Memorial Day Parade in Washington, D.C. But we can't do it without you. Our program is built on opportunity, pride, and excellence, giving students a chance to grow, perform, and represent our community on a national stage. Every donation helps our exceptional musicians march toward their dreams. Martinsburg, thank you for always standing behind us, and as we prepare for a great opportunity, we hope you'll stand with us once again. Donations can be mailed to Martinsburg High School at 701 South Queen Street at my attention, Casey Rogers-Adams, or through PayPal at mhsbb.com. Again, through PayPal at mhsbb.com.
To 26. The loss coming to Bell, 28-14 in Week 1. Now you were kind of looking up and down the stats, Dylan, here during the break. What stands out to you about the Warriors so far this year?
I don't know that we're going to see a lot of passing tonight on either side, really. 13 passes per game through 2 games for Amari Leonard. 16 of 26, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So we haven't seen a ton of turnovers from the Martinsburg defense so far this year. So this might be an opportunity to play against a quarterback that could throw you the ball a couple times. But, we'll see what happens. And Neville Harris, the running back for Woodson, has carried a pretty good load for them so far this year. 24 carries, 260 yards, and 2 touchdowns through 2 games. So average that out, 12 carries, 130 yards, and a touchdown per game so far through 2 games. So it looks like Woodson can put up points, but it doesn't look like that they really do a whole lot through the passing game. Their leading receiver is Neville Harris. Tied for the leading receiver at the very least. Blake Turner, Jr., wide receiver, 6'1", 170, is also tied with 5 receptions through 2 games. Those are their leading receivers. Harris has 73 yards, Turner with 51 yards, and only 2 passing touchdowns through those 2 games. So we'll see how much they actually pass the ball. The defensive side, they have a couple guys in Ennis Watson, who has 2 sacks through 2 games. That being Chase Ennis Watson, 6'3", 300-pound senior, and a couple other guys with a sack on the year. They've gotten themselves 1 interception. And so not a lot stands out from the stat sheet from Woodson in particular. Their 2 games have been up and down, 1-1. Kind of gave up a good bit of points in both games. So we'll see how the defense can fare for Woodson, see if this is something where Martinsburg can maybe get on a roll a little bit in the run game or just in offense in general. But I think that this is a good team, pretty solid team at the very least. And we'll see what Amari Leonard has to offer, because standing in at just 5'10", 170, that's not your typical quarterback size, but it does give you the idea that he can run the ball a little bit. He's only ran the ball 8 times, but it did go for 83 yards, 10 yards a carry, just over, long of 25, and he's gotten 2 rushing touchdowns, which matches the running back Harris as well. So I think you're going to see a dual threat attack in the backfield, running the ball for H.D. Woodson, which is somewhat similar to what you're going to see from Martinsburg. So we'll see how Martinsburg handles it.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of circle back to the point that you were making about Harris's rushing stats, that he averages 130 yards per game, and compare that to the opponent's average so far within the first 2 weeks for Martinsburg. They've allowed an average of 147 rushing yards per game, so he's just underneath that, but that's just him. The team as a whole averages 203.5 rushing yards per game, so this team clearly likes to run the ball. That will be their primary focus offensively tonight, and in the past, Martinsburg defensively has been able to stop the run. This 147 total rushing yards on average per game is drastically higher than what you've typically seen of a Martinsburg defense, but it's early. They've played probably the two best teams that they're going to play this year, so I expect that number to drop, and hopefully it drops tonight, but it clearly is going to be a big challenge.
I think you're right. Like I said, they've thrown the ball, Woodson that being, through 2 games, 26 times total. So far on the season, they've averaged 24 rush attempts per game, 48 overall. So about a 2-to-1 ratio, just about. So that's a team that clearly, first and second down, run the ball. If it's third and long, they'll throw it. If not, keep moving the chains on the ground. So I think that's the type of team you're more than likely going to see tonight from H.D. Woodson. I'm sure they'll pull out some play action and they'll let Leonard try to air it out and maybe even scramble around. Sometimes a pass play, he can call it with the idea of, if nothing else goes right, maybe our quarterback can scramble and it turns into a run play. But
in the secondary, Martinsburg getting some help back as well against this running team in the Warriors, just in case they do decide to pass, though. Mason Wally is back out there. He is healthy this week after suffering with an illness that kept him out of the game last week against Huntington. I know we're focusing on H.D. Woodson right now, but wanted to obviously still point that out as it hopefully combats H.D. Woodson's game plan here tonight, which you will hear a little bit about from Coach Gregory Fuller on the other side of this break. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments want to help keep our communities, including backyard flocks and farms, safe from H5N1, the avian flu. To stay up to date with current risk levels and CDC recommendations, as well as disease prevention information shared by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, be sure to check out the Community Resources section of the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department at bchealthdept.org. This ad has been made possible through a grant-funded partnership with the West Virginia Department of Health.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coach's interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Now joined by the head coach of the HD Woodson Warriors football team, Gregory Fuller. Coach Fuller, how are you today?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
Hope all is well as we gear up for this game on Friday against Martinsburg. Looks like your team off to a 1-1 start. Just tell us a little bit about those two games and how the season's gone for your program.
Well, the first game wasn't as good as the second one, obviously, because we won the second one, but we still got a lot of work to do. We have a young team. Our quarterback is his first year of being a starter. He was a sophomore last year. He's a first-year starter as a junior, so it's a lot of work to be done with this team. There's a lot of fairly new players.
Let's start off with him. What have you liked, and who exactly is that guy in that starting spot?
Well, I like his composure for one, but he has a lot of work to do on his mechanics and understanding how to run the offense. So as long as we can grow from these little things that he's doing now, these games, he'll probably develop to be a pretty good quarterback for us. But there's a lot of growing pains in that young man. We have a lot of faith in him.
How about surrounding him, whether it be up front or his weapons? What have you liked so far from the team?
Up front, we're pretty solid. We have a lot of guys back from the last year teams on the offensive line. But as far as the skill position goes, we still have a lot of new players that are first-year starters. I mean, receivers and running backs. It's a whole new group of kids right now from last year. We lost a lot last year.
So you mentioned with the 1-1 start, that win coming in the most recent game. What, I guess, was really the biggest difference that you saw from your team that got you the win?
Well, we executed pretty decent on offense. We still had some hiccups on our defensive side of the ball, but offense, we executed some plays very, very well, I thought, from the last Saturday's game. So as long as we can the kids continue to buy in and execute the plays, I think we'll be okay.
What are you guys trying to incorporate as your identity for this year's team?
So that's a good question. We have to find an identity. We have not found one or trying to incorporate one yet. We just we're trying to stay consistent. That's our main goal, stay consistent.
What are some of those things that you're working on this week to stay consistent as you gear up for Martinsburg?
Same old. We got to practice every day in GB. We got to get better each day. That's what we stand for. We're going to continue to work.
What stands out to you about Martinsburg this year in the film that you've been able to see?
I have not been able to see any film because our huddle was down, so I haven't seen anything on Martinsburg. I don't have anything on them. They don't have anything. Unfortunately, we have hiccups here in the District of Columbia with finances, so we weren't able to pay the huddle bill yet. But I haven't seen Martinsburg at all.
Well, obviously, it's become a familiar opponent for your program, so going off of previous years, what are you expecting this time around?
You can't never say familiar, but that was your word. Coach Walker does an excellent job. He's a really, really good coach. He always get the right kids in the right spot, and they do what they do. They execute well, fundamentally sound. And Coach Walker has always had an amazing football program there ever since we have been playing them, and I respect him a lot. But his kids, he has some very good athletes in certain positions from over the past years that we have played them.
What's the message going to be for your team Friday night going in here against Martinsburg, trying to get that win?
That's it, trying to get the win. But we're going to come down to the message for the team is to stay consistent, stay focused, and play hard.
How much does it benefit your program getting the opportunity to come to Martinsburg and always face a very hard-nosed football team in the Bulldogs?
Well, I hope it benefits the young men very well. It's not a matter of us getting a benefit right out, but for the young men to see that when they go to places like Martinsburg, West Virginia, wherever they go in the United States of America, across the country, they get to see the other athletes that they're going to be competing with when they do go off to college. So they understand how much work got to go into becoming better each day. So that is my benefit of coming out. Hopefully the kids get the benefit of understanding, hey, this is real football out there across the United States.
All right, Coach Fuller, anything else?
No, nothing else at all, my man.
Thank you. Appreciate the time, as always, every year, and have a safe trip up.
Okay, thank you very kindly.
That was our Visitors Coaches interview brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. We'll be back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this break. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
For tonight's game between your Martinsburg Bulldogs and the HD Woodson Warriors, before we start discussing, Bulldogs got some business I want to take care of. I'm Colin McLaughlin. I'm joined by Dylan Bishop, on-site producer Donna Schaffner, camera crew tonight, Matt Miller, Matt Crawford back in the studio, Nick Verzolini, and Kyler High. I want to give a special shout-out to our usual on-site producer, John Alderton, and wish his wife, Patrice, a get well soon, and love them both, and hope that they enjoy tonight's game tuned in. Also, for those tuned in as well, if you have the contact point, reach out to Nick. Tell him good luck. Tonight's his last night with us here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10. It's been a great 4 years, and we love and appreciate and will miss Nick Verzolini as well. Last item of business, Mountaineer fans tuned in that want tickets to the Backyard Brawl and don't have any. Here's your chance right now on Facebook. Stumbled across it on the Mother Shuckers Crab Shack Facebook page, one of our sponsors of Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. They are giving away 4 tickets to tomorrow night's game, courtesy of us here at Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. All you have to do is go to that post, comment underneath it, and they will be drawing the winner right at kickoff, so at 7 p.m. So you got less than half an hour to go comment and wait for your chance to possibly win. Not 100%. There might be another 4 somewhere, possibly here tonight. Can't promise anything, but we'll wait and see.
Yes, we will.
On to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm looking at our stats here for the 2 combined games so far this year, and obviously there's more to the game than the statistics, which should be obvious, and a lot of times watching the game itself is definitely more than looking at the statistics, but I do think that going up and down and just looking at some of these numbers for Martinsburg through the first 2 games is pretty telling of some stuff that they've done so far. I'm looking at the passing numbers for Brian Dick. 12 of 28 for 96 yards through 2 combined games. Obviously not good numbers. When you look at the receiving numbers, it's even more concerning for where the passing game has been so far, because Boston Todd has 9 catches for 83 yards through 2 games. There are, if you remember, I said that Brian Dick had completed 12 passes on the year. 3 more to 3 different people. Cofield has a catch, Christian Irving has a catch, Mason Wally has a catch. For a total of 13 yards in those 3. And then you look at Brian Dick and the rushing numbers. Kevin Myers at running back has 9 carries for 43 yards. Terrell Cofield, 3 carries for 9 yards through 2 games. And then Brian Dick, first of all, you go along with the 4 carries that have been given to Boston Todd for 43 yards on jet sweeps and things like that. Then it's Brian Dick, 44 carries, 202 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Very good numbers for him, but you can see that this is very much a offense that has been reliant on let our quarterback run the ball. And that's really been about it. And again, it's been against maybe the two best teams they'll see all year, and maybe the rest of the schedule now they can start to figure stuff out on expanding the offense so that when they get to the playoffs and that next go round against a Huntington, they have some other things that they can do, some more levers they can pull, buttons they can push, things like that. But that really is what it's been so far on offense, and it's been concerning. The defense I'm a little less concerned about, although, as you mentioned earlier, 147 rushing yards per game they've given up against two teams that really ran the ball well, so we'll see how it goes. But I did think that the defense looked good for long stretches of really both of those games, because we talked about the big plays that allowed Camden to score in those. But overall, I think that maybe this could be a get-right game for Martinsburg. You would hope that it is if you're a Bulldogs fan and you're on that Bulldogs team, because obviously struggling or losing to H.D. Woodson would probably crank up that panic meter a lot more than where it is right now, which for a lot of people is already pretty high.
Anything else?
That's about it.
All right, we're going to step aside, take another break here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from David Walker, the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. You'll hear from a few Bulldogs players as well. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football and talk radio, WRNR and TV 10.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Now joined by head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, David Walker, as well as the juice man for the team, Sharif Williams. Coach, 0-2 start, unfortunately. Huntington, tough loss down there. Your thoughts on the game?
I mean, we didn't play very well in the beginning, the first quarter and a half. We just, we pretty much looked bad, played bad. But I felt we come out in the second half and or after the break and did a lot better job, played the way we wanted to. And I kind of felt like if we had a little more time, I think we'd have been all right. But, that particular night, they were better than us and beat us. So we've got to get better. We got to do a better job.
You mentioned the fact that it was kind of a slow start, but the team able to respond out of the weather delay instead of kind of just deciding to pack it up, being down 22-7 and mentally quit and want to just go home on the bus and take that long ride. What does that show about your team that they had the no-quit mentality, though?
Well, I mean, I think, it's still early. I think we're going to be fine. I mean, people, want to write us off and, think we're done. But I think there's still a lot of fight left in them. And I was proud of the way they responded. They come out and played hard in the second half. We played bad, made some mistakes. Penalties have killed us in both games. And, we can't use the excuse that we're young anymore. I mean, these guys have just got to get the job done. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do against Woodson and hopefully come out and play a lot better and start out a little better.
Passing game's been ineffective for this team so far this year. What are you guys trying to incorporate differently to get that on the right track?
We need to get guys, more guys involved in what we're doing throwing the football wise, but we've been kind of limited on what we're doing, and protection's been a little rough for us at times, so I think that's hindered us a little bit, but hopefully we can put ourselves in a better situation. We need to stay out third and long. Third and long has killed us, and maybe we need a better job, maybe game planning and getting the guys in the right position at the right time, but it's a work in progress, and hopefully we do a better job at it.
Obviously, you got to clean the mind of the last few weeks and focus on this week. As you said, H.D. Woodson on the schedule. What stands out to you about this year's H.D. Woodson team?
I mean, our typical Woodson team, they've got a lot of talent, a lot of athletes, similar to what we've seen the last 2 weeks. I don't think they're quite as big as what we've seen the last couple of weeks, but definitely guys that can run and present a lot of problems with their speed and their matchups. So we're just going to have to be able to come out and if I'm kind of at the point now to where I'm not so much worried about Woodson as worried about us. So I think this week has been more, focusing on us and correcting our mistakes and trying to get more reps and do things and try to go back to the basics a little bit. And Woodson will be there. We just need to take care of ourselves, and if we do that, I think we'll be all right.
What has that response been for your team so far this week with focusing on themselves and getting back to the basics?
I think we've had a good week of practice. It's definitely been a lot more lively, a lot more intense, from the players and from the coaches. So I feel like there is a sense of urgency this week, and I'll be disappointed if we don't come out and play a little better than what we have.
Anything else, Coach?
I'm good.
How about you, Juice?
I'm good.
Got a prediction for tonight, Washington? I know this isn't going to air until tomorrow, but how you feeling?
I feel confident.
You got a final score in there or nah?
Not really.
Washington winning?
For sure.
You want to get to the fun question?
Yes.
All right, pets. You have any?
Yes, I got two.
What kind of pets? Tell us about them.
Oh, man, one is a bulldog, and I don't remember what was the other one, but one is a black dog. I can't remember what it was, but they're something, that's for sure.
Got to have a bulldog, right? Being a bulldog yourself.
Oh, for sure.
All right, thank you, man.
Yep.
That was our coaches interview brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football and talk radio, WRNR and TV 10.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Friends of Recovery is a local nonprofit that provides assistance to individuals in our community who are in the process of reestablishing their lives after active addiction or incarceration. Thanks to the generosity and support of so many in our community, the Friends of Recovery Committee has seen great success in benefiting the participants of the Berkeley County Community Corrections and Recovery Service programs. They are excited to announce that their third annual fundraiser event is coming up on Saturday, October the 11th at 5:30 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Martinsburg. Please join them for an evening of inspiring testimonies, dinner, and silent and live auction items. For more information, you can send an email to friendsofrecovery2023@gmail.com. Once again, that's friendsofrecovery2023@gmail.com. Also, you can find them on Facebook at Friends of Recovery Berkeley County WV.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our player interview, brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or give them a call, 304-263-4343. First joined by defensive lineman, tight end for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Frankie Urias. Frankie, team off to a tough start, but what's been the vibe so far here this week?
Getting after it, being more physical, and just running out the plays.
How much do you feel like you've grown here throughout this season and the off season?
I feel like I developed a lot from transferring, and yeah.
Looking forward to this week, a tough matchup yet again against HD Woodson. What have kind of been some of the things that you're trying to focus in on?
Being faster off the ball, conditioning, and just getting after it off the start.
Defensive line's always been a strength for this team. What do you feel like, I guess, is the overall strength, and what maybe for you individually that complements the rest of your teammates?
I would say my speed. I'm pretty fast, like getting after it, faster than the O-lineman.
What are the goals for you this season and for the team?
Try to get a sack every game and win a state championship.
Anything else, Frankie?
No.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Now joined by Terrell Cofield of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, running back, linebacker. Which side do you like more, man?
Defense, definitely. Linebacker.
Why is that?
Because I can just be physical, fly around, make plays.
What are your goals for this year defensively?
To win Huffman Award and Defensive Player of the Year.
What do you think that it's going to take for you to accomplish that?
A lot of work, being a leader and just putting in the work.
What work have you been able to put in this off season that you feel like has definitely helped, and then here throughout the first few weeks of the regular season?
Off season, going to camps, training on my own, training with personal trainers and stuff, and just coming out with the team on days we don't have practice and just working on our craft and stuff and getting better every day.
You also mentioned being a leader for this team, something that you want to do as well. It's been a tough start to the season, obviously. You guys don't want that, but how do you make sure as a leader everybody else stays positive, including yourself?
Just my character, just going around, just making sure everybody just stays up. Even though we're down, just keep our heads up and just keep playing through, play the next play every down.
HD Woodson this week, what stands out to you about them in the film that you've been trying to focus in on?
Them being fast, but we're just a fast. We have a fast defense. We have fast players, and we just go out physical them and just beat them.
Anything else, man?
No, sir.
Appreciate it as always. Best of luck. As our player interviews brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Give them a call, 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. We'll be back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football and talk radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
On offense, the key is definitely to get the skill players involved. You can't just run a one-man offense out there with Brian Dick, where he's taking 75% of the carries, or like he has over the first two games, and he's only completed 12 passes through the first two games as well. So you got to get those guys like Boston Todd, but really the running backs in particular involved more, and the penalties. It's just been a ridiculous amount of penalties for them in the first two games. They got to cut down on that, keep themselves in better position to move the chains on offense and not give H.D. Woodson easier ways to go down the field on the other side of the ball as well. And for Woodson themselves, I think that them being able to be two-dimensional on offense is going to be a big thing for them. It looks like they're more of a run-first team, but can they stay two-dimensional and then not making mistakes in coverage over the top so that Martinsburg, when they do pass the ball, are they able to make those big plays over the top to someone like Boston Todd or Wally or someone like that.
All right, that was your keys to the game. We'll have coin toss, starting lineups as well, and kickoff. After this 3-minute break, you're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs Football and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 3 minutes.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
And that concludes today's pregame show.
We play every play like it's the most important play of the game.
Who let the dogs out? Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening kick, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school football. Today's game is being brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Power, Beck, and Matzereff Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Floor Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and Next Level Auto Detailing.
And now, let's go back to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. The Martinsburg Bulldogs High School Marching Band has played our Star Spangled Banner. The Junior ROTC Color Guard exiting the field now to our left, as also to the near side left, walking out of the doghouse, is the Martinsburg Bulldogs over to the inflatable tunnel. Martinsburg tonight, the traditional black helmets with the logo on each side in the block orange M with the state of West Virginia in white around it. All gray jerseys tonight for the Bulldogs as well, with the orange numbers on the front and back outlined in white. As for HD Woodson, they make their way out of the locker room as well to our right. Black helmets for them, the white jerseys with black numbers outlined in red, and black pants to match the helmets. Let's now get tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Bodwell Insurance Solutions, a local professional to help you with all of your Medicare needs. Visit BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or call them at 304-283-0864. Offensively, for your Martinsburg Bulldogs at tackle, you have number 54 Zion Reeves and number 58 Jordan Kovacs. At guard, it's number 59 Jeffrey Griffith, number 52 Kane Whip. Your center, it's number 55 Zaire Tugwell. At wide receiver, you have number 1 Mason Wally, number 2 Boston Todd, number 5 Colby Walker, and number 11 Kyla Villa. At running back, it's number 3 Terrell Hillfield, and at quarterback, it is number 10 Brian Dick. For your defense up front on the line, it's number 15 Frankie Arias, number 59 Jeffrey Griffith, and number 58 Jordan Kovacs. Your linebackers are number 0 Ty Ricketts, number 3 Terrell Cofield, number 6 Carson Knight, number 11 Kyla Villa. At corner, it's number 20 Kingston McDonald Gibson and number 1 Mason Wally. And at safety, it's number 5 Colby Walker and number 2 Boston Todd as the captains. Out on the field now for coin toss. Martinsburg won the toss, deferred to the second half, so H.D. Woodson will receive the opening kick. Martinsburg to defend the right end zone, H.D. Woodson to defend the left end zone. Let's now introduce you to tonight's officials, brought to you by Next Level Auto Detailing. They don't just detail, they redefine what your car can be. Book a service online at nextlevelauto.wv.com. Next Level Care, long-term protection. Here are your officials for tonight. Head referee is Kevin Hardy. Umpire John Jones. Linesman David Davis. Line judge Jason Butler. And the back judge is Jacob Long. Both teams making their way out onto the field. It's time for opening kickoff, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Again, I'm Colin McLaughlin. This is WRNR Martinsburg TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me on the call, Dylan Bishop. Our camera crew tonight, Matt Miller, Matt Crawford, Donna Schaffner, our on-site producer, back at the studio, Kyler High, and Nick Verzolini. On to kick for the Bulldogs, Cody Page. So we have a brief delay here. Looks like waiting for everybody to get situated for H.D. Woodson. Back to return for them, Blake Turner and Harris as well. The kick, though, an onside kick to the near side, goes off Eshon, and recovered by the Bulldogs as it continued to roll into no man's land here on the near side. Recovered by Mason Wally at the 32-yard line. So a surprise onside kick to begin the game turned into more of a squib kick after it went off Julian Eshon. And Martinsburg with great field position to start off tonight's game.
Great execution from Martinsburg. I haven't seen them pull that out yet. We've seen plenty of onside kicks from them in certain situations. Haven't really seen it so far this year, but great starting field position for the offense.
So Dick in the gun, 1st and 10. Gets the snap, keeps it himself, tries to power forward up the middle, trying to break through one tackle, dragging the defender along to the 25-yard line before eventually being brought down. And on the tackle, Brendan Garcia, but a gain of about 6 yards will make it 2nd down and 4.
I feel like even just on that one play, you can tell a little bit of a difference of the way that Martinsburg's offensive line is able to move guys on the line of scrimmage.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dick in the gun, Myers back to his right. Gets the snap, hands it off. No, he keeps it himself, rolls to his right, now cuts upfield, gets across the 20, will be tackled by 2 Warriors. That time Turner, one of those 2, as well as Pickett, but it's enough for a Martinsburg 1st down. They brought Dick down at the 16-yard line.
Looked like an RPO, had the bubble screen on the outside in the slot, and Brian Dick just decides to keep it himself.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Myers back to the right side of Dick now. This time it is a handoff to Myers, who cuts to the right, goes for the end zone, and will be stopped just shy as blowing the shoulder was Hall, stopping Myers at the 1-yard line. Another 1st down for the Bulldogs, who are knocking on the door here to begin tonight against H.D. Woodson.
Yeah, this is a totally different level of being able to move guys up front and open up holes for the running game compared to these first 2 games. This is the Martinsburg we're used to seeing.
Martinsburg bringing the big boys out here, 1st and goal at the 2-yard line, actually. I want to quickly correct myself there. Looks like Ricketts under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Brian Dick, who will follow the 2 H-backs, and Dillard and Cofield into the end zone for a Martinsburg touchdown. But hold on, there are some whistles before the play. I don't see a flag out on the field. It looks like if there is a flag, though, it's against in a face mask. So with 10:31 here in quarter number 1, it is Martinsburg 6, H.D. Woodson nothing.
Great start for the Martinsburg offense. And I like that little wrinkle. They have Ty Ricketts, who they trust to play quarterback if they need him to. They'd just rather have Brian Dick do it. But at the goal line, I think they feel like their best goal line runner is Brian Dick.
Page on for the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good, making it 7-0 Martinsburg. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-Point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden Nullville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Welcome back here as Cody Page on to kick off for the Martinsburg Bulldogs as they lead H.D. Woodson now 7-0 with 10:31 here in the opening quarter of play. Page this time will send a high end-over-end kick deep that will be into the end zone for a touchback. Let's now get our scoring drive summary. Scoring drive summaries are brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett. Trusted leadership, real solutions.
Martinsburg goes 4 plays, 31 yards to get the touchdown. Ends up being a 2-yard rushing touchdown for Brian Dick after the onside kick gives them great field position. They only need 4 plays to get some points on the board.
So we'll see H.D. Woodson's offense for the first time tonight as they make their way out onto the field with the 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Warriors. Two receivers near side, one to the far side. Leonard in the gun with a running back to his right. And he'll hand it off to that running back. That is Harris on the outside zone. Gets it outside of the numbers at the 20. Then cuts upfield for a few yards on the run. Looks like they say he was stopped just shy of the 25 mark at the 24-yard line, making it 2nd down and 6.
Solid 4-yard gain for Woodson. I think they're going to be able to get some traction in the run game. We'll see how well Martinsburg can keep them in 2nd and 3rd and long.
Again, 2 receivers near side, one on the far side. Ball spotted on the far side hash marks. Leonard takes the snap. Another handoff to Harris. Harris in the backfield will be tackled. A late flag as he was brought down as well. Is in on the tackle, I believe, was Ty Ricketts. And it looks like he's going to be called with a face mask. So instead of it being 3rd and slightly long, that'll move the chains and make it 1st down for H.D. Woodson.
It was good pursuit to the ball, too, and this is sort of the kind of thing we had talked about. The penalties for Martinsburg just absolutely have been brutal for them.
My apologies. It's 2nd down and short. I thought the penalty was longer than only 5 yards.
5-yard face mask, okay.
So, my apologies there. Should have known that. 2nd and 2 at the 28. Two receivers to each side for Leonard. Martinsburg with everybody in the box. Leonard takes the snap, drops back the pass. It's an all-out blitz, and they get to him. You could see the pressure from a mile away, but it didn't matter for Leonard as he's brought down at the 20-yard line. So a loss of 8 on the play makes it 3rd and 10 for the Warriors.
The Martinsburg pass rush, through 2 games, it's been probably one of the best units of this Martinsburg team. They've been able to get pressure on quarterbacks when they drop back the pass. It's just been the long, sustained drives, keeping that energy for an 8, 9, 10-play drive hasn't always been there. It's in the running game, but again against 2 great offenses.
Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side for Leonard. And a flag before the snap. It looks like the play clock hit 0 before they got it off. So, delay a game against H.D. Woodson will back him up another 5 yards. Ball at the 15 now for a 3rd and 15. 8:25 to go here in quarter number 1. It is Martinsburg 7, H.D. Woodson nothing. Leonard takes the snap, drops back the pass. Looks on the far side, chucks it deep, has a man diving for it, and it goes in and out of his hands around the 50-yard line and falls incomplete to bring up the 4th and 15. Good ball, just slightly ahead. I believe that was Blake Turner on the far side that had it go through the arms.
You really couldn't have asked for a better ball from the quarterback. Dropped it right in the bucket. It was solid defense from Martinsburg, better offense, better throw, just wide receiver. Tight coverage, it was enough to disrupt the catch.
Julian Ashawn on to punt for H.D. Woodson. He'll do a lot of things for them. Tight end, defensive line, and punter. Back to return for Martinsburg, Boston Todd. The punt's nearly blocked. It's a end-over-end punt that is caught around the 40-yard line by Todd, and he's off to the races near side at 30, 20, tiptoes on the near sideline and goes into the end zone for a touchdown. But there is a flag at the 18-yard line, and it looks like this one's coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is there a flag there, there's another flag back around the 35-yard line on the opposite side of the field that Todd even was for the return.
I was able to catch the block in the back around the 20-yard line. I'm going to guess either another block in the back or hold around the 35 on the opposite hash mark. Either way, yeah, I think it's coming back.
Todd, though, on these returns has been fantastic this year so far. You saw him with the touchdown last week against Huntington. This would have been a touchdown if it wasn't for a penalty. That's going to bring the ball back to the 45-yard line of H.D. Woodson, and that's where the offense will begin the drive.
Yeah, Todd is incredible with the ball in his hands. Fast, agile, explosive. Giving him that much room to work with on a punt return is going to be trouble pretty much every time.
Todd in motion from right to left. It's a screen pass from Dick, caught by Todd, who goes right between the blocks and untouched all the way into the end zone for a Martinsburg touchdown. A 45-yard strike from Dick to Todd. 7:56 to go here in quarter number one. Martinsburg 13, H.D. Woodson nothing.
Well, kind of just what I had just said. If you give Boston Todd a lot of room to maneuver out in space, it's going to be trouble pretty much every time. And, well, they figured punt return didn't work. Let's go back to the well. And, yeah, that worked like a charm.
Each on to attempt the point after.
They're cruising.
All right, they're ready to go now. Dick on the hold. Snap back, hold down, kick up. Kick's good. 14-0. Martinsburg leads H.D. Woodson. Back in 1 minute here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Powered Beck and Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows. Whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
We welcome you back. Kickoff just occurred. It was a high end-over-end kick that was short and caught by Hall on the near side for H.D. Woodson at the 33-yard line, and that's where the Warriors offense will come back out. Quick scoring drive for you, brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett. Trusted leadership, real solutions. One play, 45 yards. That's all it took. Little motion screen to Boston Todd from Brian Dick. Make it 14-0 Dogs.
Just a swing pass to the outside, and Boston Todd did the rest, yeah.
H.D. Woodson. Leonard in the backfield in the gun. One receiver on the far side. Tight end on the right side of the line as an extra blocker as they go with the big boy in on the run as Marquise Jackson, 210-pound senior, tries to lower his shoulder and go up the middle. He's able to get it to the 35, so that'll make it 2nd down and 8.
The way that the outside runs looked on the first drive, I don't blame Woodson for trying it up the middle, but historically, the one thing about Martinsburg is that you're not going to be able to run it up the middle on them. You can maybe bounce it off a tackle to the outside and not have to just straight up toss it or do a stretch play every time, but running up against Martinsburg's defensive tackles, low success rate.
Woodson breaks the huddle. Leonard, snap, hands it off to Jackson again, who goes to the left, now cuts upfield once he sees the hold. Tries to extend out for an extra yard as he's brought down middle of the field, but at the 38-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd and 5 with 6:45 left here in quarter number one. 14-0. Martinsburg leads H.D. Woodson.
3rd and 5. I think you start to get tricky if you try to run the ball here in this situation. Got to make Amari Leonard make a play here.
Leonard, Jackson to his right. One receiver to each side. They go with another run, and that is stuffed immediately. Carson Knight. Jackson wraps him up in the backfield for a loss on the play of about 1 or 2 yards. And on comes the punt team.
See what I mean? I don't blame Woodson for giving it a shot, but I didn't see it really panning out for them. Again, we talked about it. Leonard only thrown 26 passes through 2 games, 13 pass plays per game.
High snap. Sean able to get it. It sends a low line drive of a punt. That's going to roll inside the 30 and stop at the 28-yard line. Let's get you our first quarter sponsors here during the change of possession. Quarter number 1 brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call it 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com, as well as Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. They're currently doing a challenge of 20 cars a day. That's what they want to sell until the end of the year. Low snap. It's bobbled by Dick, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield as a result. A loss of 3 on the play makes it 2nd down and 13.
That's just on the center. The snap was around the shins. And Brian Dick, the quarterback, you should expect it right around the chest every time in the numbers.
Caleb Davis able to bring down Dick in the backfield while he was just picking that ball up off the turf. Ball at the 25. Dick gets the snap. Immediately fires a pass on the far side of the field. That's caught right at the sticks by Dick, who steps out of bounds. And that should be enough, possibly, for a Martinsburg first down, waiting to see the signal. And it is given. Yep. First down, Martinsburg.
Just a nice little pitch and catch. Boston Todd, curl route against soft coverage. It's an easy play to make. Dick with a nice spiral to be able to get the ball there.
2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side now. Dick, shotgun formation. Myers to his right as tailback. 1st and 10 at the 37. Dick takes the snap. Screen pass on the far side. It is caught. Trying to weave through traffic is the receiver. He's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 45-yard line. I think I see a flag, unless that's something that was dropped on the H.D. Woodson sideline.
Refs are talking to each other over there. You have something. Personal foul on Martinsburg.
So that's going to back him up after the play. I believe that was Irving with the reception.
Yeah, Christian Irving made the catch and got to about the 45, which was like a 8-yard gain. But then back him up 15 after that.
Yep, so ball now at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 17. 3 receivers near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Now we have whistles and a timeout called by H.D. Woodson. We'll take a 30-second break with them and then be back with more Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Jonathan Bodwell Insurance Solutions. We've been serving the Eastern Panhandle with their insurance needs for 20 years. We specialize in Medicare and health insurance plans. Medicare can be scary. We help seniors navigate the Medicare maze and not get taken advantage of by the call centers. We give honest, local advice on your insurance. We're located in the Aiken Center, 304-283-0864.
Back. Timeout brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-262-4222. Visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. Our score with 4:51 left in quarter number 1. Martinsburg 14, H.D. Woodson nothing. Martinsburg with the ball, 2nd down and 17 at the 30-yard line. Martinsburg going to flip personnel, put 3 receivers on the far side, 1 receiver on the near side, that being Boston Todd. It looks like there might be man coverage here on the near side. Dick gets a snap, looking here on the near side, goes for the wheel route, and it's in and out of the hands of Kevin Myers, who was wide open, but even more wide open in the middle of the field was Boston Todd. That was blown coverage completely, and they missed it.
There's a flag down on the backfield, so we'll see if it would have even mattered. But yeah, Kevin Myers just got to bring those hands in, let him catch it in the basket. He tried to put his arms above his head to kind of catch a ball that was sort of behind his head. And it's a hold on Martinsburg, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. And that's 4 penalties for the Bulldogs already.
Penalties has been an issue this year for the Bulldogs. Ball backed up now at the 20-yard line. Making it 2nd and 27. They bring a tight end on the right side of the line, 3 receivers to the near side. Dick takes the snap, dropping back the pass, steps up in the pocket, fires a pass on the far side, caught at the 40-yard line by Todd, and he's down the far sideline across the 50 at the 45, pushed out of bounds around the 40-yard line of H.D. Woodson. It's where they say he is stopped, but they flip fields, making it 1st down Martinsburg.
This is looking a lot more like the version of the Martinsburg offense that we were expecting coming into the year. I said it after the Camden game that we might look back on that game and say, man, 28-0 loss, that's really impressive for that team to do that to Martinsburg. So far, so good on this one.
Handoff, Dick to Myers. Myers on the outside. It's pushed out at the 30. Another flag and another holding penalty against Martinsburg. And I can hear the referee yelling from down below. Jordan Kovacs called with the hold.
Yeah, Kovacs is not happy about the call. I didn't see it myself. It was on the far side of the field from us and the Martinsburg sideline. But you got to stay disciplined. If you know this early in the game that maybe you feel like the refs are being a little ticky-tack with their flags, change your style of play a little bit. Obviously, you still want to make your blocks the way you want to, but sometimes you got to adjust. It's like an umpire in their strike zone.
3 receivers near side, none on the far side. Dick takes the snap, drops out the pass, chucks it deep, has Todd open, catches it at the 20, stumbling at the 10, stays on his feet and gets dragged down at the 5 by Hall, but it's 1st and goal, Bulldogs. The passing game is finally here, and it's about time. Martinsburg trying to hurry up, get into the line, seeing if they can discombobulate H.D. Woodson. But they're discombobulated right now, trying to get in formation as well.
Barely any time to appreciate that dime of a throw from Brian Dick.
Dick makes sure everybody's set, 3 receivers to the right, takes the snap, keeps it himself, trying to go up the middle, follows his blockers, lowers his shoulder, and finds his way into the end zone for another Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. 4:04 left here in quarter number 1, extending Martinsburg's lead now to 20-0 over H.D. Woodson on the 5-yard power.
Talked about it during pregame. Brian Dick came into this game 12 of 28, 96 total yards passing. He already has completions of 40, 44, and 45 in this game already, which, of course, add those up, that's already surpasses the first 2 games.
Extra point kick up and good. 21-0. Martinsburg now leads H.D. Woodson. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with more Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hello, I'm Amy Orndorff from Berkeley Senior Services, and we have an urgent need for direct care workers and home health aides. These part-time, in-home paid positions include a $500 signing bonus, flexible scheduling, and no mandated weekends or holidays. No experience is necessary and paid training is provided, but you must have your own transportation and a valid driver's license. Work as many hours as you like around your own schedule. To apply, go to berkeleyseniorservices.org.
Hi, Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome you back. Kickoff was caught at the 20. They bring it to the 25. Marquise Jackson able to pick it up off the bounce. So H.D. Woodson down 21-0 here against Martinsburg. Will have the ball at the 25-yard line of the Warriors. Let's get a scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett. Trusted leadership, Real Solutions.
The Martinsburg, you total this up. It's hard with some of these penalties, but they go 80 yards in 6 plays here to end up with that 4-yard touchdown by Brian Dick in the end, and a couple of great passes from Brian Dick along the way.
H.D. Woodson breaks the huddle, 2 receivers to each side. Leonard in shotgun formation. Another new running back to his right as he takes the snap, drops back looking to pass here on the near side. Floats a pass and overthrows his intended receiver, as that is the man from the backfield in Demetrius Gatlin. That brings up second down. Good coverage there that time by Martinsburg.
Woodson looks like they're already trying some new things. Gatlin, no carries, no catches already on the year. Senior, 5'6", 150.
Yeah, I didn't even have him on my spotter board.
Yeah, they've given some carries to a number of different guys. Jackson, Harris, Ingram, who we've not seen yet.
3 receivers on the near side. 1 on the far side now for Woodson here on the 2nd down and 10. Leonard gets the snap, and it's a handoff. This time it's Harris trying to go up the middle, but he's going to be pushed to the outside and stops for a loss of 1 on the play, so making it 3rd and 11 at the 29-yard line now. It's Kane Whippen on the tackle, and he's going to check out here for this 3rd down as Will Burson enters.
I think on these handoffs, the running back so far, I've got 6 yards on 5 attempts. The Martinsburg rush defense in peak performance mode right now.
3:18 clock rolling here in the first quarter. Martinsburg 21, H.D. Woodson nothing's the score. 5 seconds left here on the play clock. Will Woodson get the snap off in time? They do with 3 seconds left as Leonard dropping back to pass. Steps up in the pocket as it was collapsing on him, and he's going to take off downfield. Be stopped at the 44-yard line. Ty Ricketts, not Ty Ricketts. Mikey Dillard dragging him down just shy of a 1st down, 4th and 2. And I think they're going to keep the offense out there.
I think they're going to mark him only 1 yard short in the end. So I think it's the right call to leave your offense out there. I don't know if this will work out for you or not. They've yet to run any sort of zone read where Leonard pulls it out from the running back and keeps it himself.
They keep the offense out there. Leonard with Jackson to his right. Extra help on each side of the line. It's a handoff to Jackson, and he's not going to get there. Martinsburg stops H.D. Woodson. Turnover on downs. The Bulldogs get the ball at the 32-yard line.
The Bulldogs are dominating the interior of the offensive line. Those game records up front, Griffith, Kovacs, Urias. Carson Knight coming down from the 2nd level. He's a guy that's been impressive since game 1, coming in and replacing Ace Flores in the middle of the defense, who I see down on the sideline taking in the game.
Dick gets the snap, dropping back to pass. Floats it on the far side for Todd, catching it right before the pylon. Hits the pylon, and it's a touchdown. The air attack is unstoppable tonight for Martinsburg. 2:09 left here in the first quarter. It is Martinsburg 27, HD Woodson nothing. Dave Walker must have took it to heart when I asked him during the pregame interview that the passing game's been completely ineffective this year.
This is night and day. We saw even last year, I've mentioned it a few times, Coy Fagan, when times got tough, like pretty much just against Spring Mills, Huntington as well, they would just put the ball in the hands of the quarterback and just let him carry things. Difference is we had to see that in the first 2 games of the season. And now we're seeing a little bit of an adjustment.
Extra point is up and good, making it 28-0 Martinsburg. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back with more Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Free money you can't lose. Download the Casino Kings app today.
Prohibited word void. Must claim to be 21 or older. Free money is not cash. Will cannot be withdrawn. No such thing as free money. Or unrestricted markets on law. Must be claimed by the end of this paragraph. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've probably heard that sped up disclaimer at the end of sportsbook ads. The ones that say,
call 1-800-GAMBLER.
But can they really help you stop gambling? Yes. They've helped thousands of people here in West Virginia stop gambling and take back their lives. They provide guidance and resources, including financial counseling and even free software to block gambling sites. So talk to someone who will take the time to listen. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you back here as Cody Page on to kick off for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And he will send a booming end-over-end kick that is caught at the 3-yard line. Trying to find some space to go is Mel Harris. And he just stops dead in his tracks at the 9-yard line. So, tough field position for H.D. Woodson as he was brought down right then and there.
Special teams. Now it's all 3 phases. I mean, really from the start it was with the onside kick as well.
Another quick scoring drive brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett. Trusted leadership, real solutions. Just took one play, another touchdown pass from Brian Dick to Austin Todd. How many yards was it this time, Dylan?
34.
Thank you.
Like you said, night and day for the Martinsburg offense compared to the first 2 games.
Leonard making sure his receivers are out wide on the far side. Got 2 there, 1 on the near side. Takes the snap. Will hand it off to Jackson. Jackson bounces off 1 tackle, bounces it to the outside, but I don't think he got any yards during the play anyway. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 9.
You would think that Novell Harris, they would try to feed him the ball more, considering he's averaged 130 yards a game and has scored a touchdown in each game, or at least is averaging 2 touchdowns in 2 games on the season. But that's been a lot of Marquise Jackson so far.
1:30 clock rolling here in the first quarter. Martinsburg, 28 points so far.
To be fair, Harris did just get nailed on the kickoff return, and they do have Harris moving around as a slot receiver right now.
Yep, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side as Leonard steps back but keeps it himself. He'll get it to the 14-yard line before sliding down. That'll make it about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Good IQ play there by Leonard.
It is. This is kind of a jarring change from these first 2 games. Obviously, it looks like it's a different level of competition, but Woodson in this first quarter looks like a team that doesn't have a prayer to move the ball down the field.
3rd and 5. Ball at the 14-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Leonard gets the play, gets the snap to pass as he steps up. Throws it into triple coverage, and it's nearly intercepted.
Should have been.
In and out of the hands of the defender. And on comes the punt team. I think that was Ricketts that nearly had the INT for the 2nd time this year.
Well, he mentioned in the pregame as well, Leonard has thrown 3 interceptions through the first 2 games, so there was going to be opportunities for Martinsburg to maybe get some turnovers for their defense. they had one in their hands there. Could have given you great field position, but now maybe a punt to Boston Todd might be able to do that just as well.
Julian Eschen on to punt. He's standing at the 1-yard line. Once he gets the snap, sends a punt. That'll bounce at the 40-yard line and roll forward at the 43, but roll back at the 42, and Todd picks it up, and he just darts down the far sideline and was tiptoeing all the way. Had a few blocks as well, but they say he stepped out of bounds at some point.
At the 10.
At the 10-yard line. I wasn't sure if he was going to touch it. I think H.D. Woodson was thinking the same thing, which is why he did.
Faked them out. And there you go. Now you're glad the interception wasn't caught, because I don't know if Ty Ricketts was going to get you to the 10-yard line to start the drive.
Just like that, it's 1st and goal. With 26 seconds left here in the first quarter, Martinsburg with a chance to add on to an already 28-0 lead against H.D. Woodson. Dick, take the snap, hands it off, trying to go up the middle as a running back, and he's going to be stopped at the 6-yard line on the far side, making it 2nd and goal.
Myers, the ball carrier for Martinsburg.
With the way these first 2 games went for the Bulldogs, I wouldn't doubt if we see the foot on the gas pedal a little longer than you would usually see in a scenario like this, in a game like this, the way it's playing out.
That was Myers with the carry. He's lined up again to the right side of Dick. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. See if they get the snap off before the quarter ends. They do. It's another handoff to Myers, outside zone. He's trying to run to the outside. Now cuts back in and around the R into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. At the end of the first, they extended out to 34-0 over H.D. Woodson.
And Myers was just able to bounce that outside. Good blocking from the receivers, the offensive line. Woodson just couldn't quite get there. And, man, 34 going on 35 with a made extra points in the first quarter.
Page on to attempt the extra point. Snaps back, hold is down, kick is up. And it is good yet again. At the end of 1, Martinsburg 35, H.D. Woodson nothing. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with more of Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Page on to kickoff. It's a end-over-end kick. That will stop at the 5.
Pick that up.
And nobody
it's a live ball.
Recovered it. H.D. Woodson just went away. They thought it was going to roll into the end zone. It stopped at the 5, rolled to the goal line. Did it go into the end zone is the question. It was very, very close.
They're saying it didn't.
Pushed it back, and Martinsburg fell on top of it at the 3. What are you thinking?
You know, as a kick returner, I think maybe sometimes it can be a little easy to forget that if you don't pick up the ball and it doesn't roll in the end zone, it's a live ball. You're only really thinking about it on onside kicks. But no, any part of the field, past 10 yards, kickoff team can pick it up.
Ricketts under center, hands it off to Cofield, who was lined up as fullback for a Martinsburg touchdown. 3 seconds into the second quarter. It's another Martinsburg touchdown, making it 41-0 against H.D. Woodson. We didn't even have time for a scoring drive summary.
And they already scored again.
Let's do them both. Scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership Real Solutions.
Scoring drives summaries, I guess is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
You had a two-play 10-yard touchdown drive, and then you had a one-play 2-yard touchdown drive.
Extra point kick up and good by Cody Page. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10.
Let's talk about what to do after a car or truck accident.
First, call 911. Then call Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
Let us handle the insurance company so you can focus on getting better.
Being injured in a wreck is enough stress. Let your doctor handle your medical issues.
And let the Skinner brothers handle your insurance issues.
If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio, WRNR TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Cody Page sends another kick. This time it will be caught at the 15-yard line and returned across the 20 around the 22-yard line by Harris. 42-0. Martinsburg bulldozing H.D. Woodson so far tonight. We're not even 10 seconds into quarter number 2. We're 9 seconds in, for those counting.
I have Woodson at 11 total yards of offense here as we sit 42-0, 9 seconds into the second quarter.
Leonard, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. Gets the snap. Hands it off to his running back, who has space on the outside, bouncing it even further, getting it across the 25 to the 26-yard line was Harris. A decent chunk of change there on the first down run, making it second down and medium. Is Wally able to track him out of bounds?
So Harris has gotten 2 handoffs like that to the outside, and they've gone for 4 yards both times. Their best plays out of a couple, aside from a couple scrambles from the quarterback.
2 receivers to each side again for Leonard. Again, it's a handoff, this time up the middle, and explosive again. Didn't see the hole, so he stutter steps backwards, bounces it to the right side yet again, and it's a first down, I believe, for Harris.
I think they've got him a yard short.
Okay. It was very close. Looks like you're correct that they say he did step out just shy of the first down.
Yeah, that was a really nice play from Harris. Tried to run it up the middle, didn't see the hole. He was able to just be patient, stay on his feet, bounce it to the outside.
2 receivers to each side. Here we go. 3rd and 1 at 31. Leonard making sure the coverage is correct for the line. Motions his running back to his left, now back to his right. Are they going to get the snap off? They do with 1 second left on the play clock. It's another run. He finds the hole up the middle, does Harris, and will get it to the 40-yard line. So a gain of 9, and H.D. Woodson first down.
It makes me wonder about those 2 drives in a row where Harris didn't get a carry at all. He's only just now up to 5 carries, where they had given Jackson 5 up to this point as well.
Martinsburg trying to get a sub in. Let's see if they do it in time.
He's got to hustle.
They do. 2 receivers each side again. Leonard takes the snap. Ricketts on the outside with a blitz. And that forces Leonard to scamper to the right and will be forced out of bounds as Ricketts tracking him down. It's a gain of 1 on the play. He goes out at the 41, making it second down and 9. Good job there by Ty Ricketts, though, here on the right side, untouched, getting to the backfield immediately.
Yeah, nice pressure, bringing him off the edge, forcing just a scramble mode type of run from Leonard.
2 receivers to each side. And motion up front. Whip, the guilty party.
Tried to say it was false start, but yep, another penalty on Martinsburg. They had gone a little bit of time without one. They're sitting at 6 penalties. 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, exactly. 10 minutes left.
Still
here
not
in the
good.
half. 42-0. Martinsburg leads H.D. Woodson. H.D. Woodson second down. 5 to go at the 45. Leonard sees the pressure coming as he takes the snap. Hit as he throws. Nearly overthrows his receiver, Blake Turner, but he's able to jump up, high point the ball, and catch it at the 49-yard line.
Turner's hurt.
48-yard line. And he stays down after the play. It will be 3rd and 2. We're going to pause, take a 30-second break for the injury timeout. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football and talk radio, WRNR and TV10, back in 30 seconds.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Back out of the timeout. Only an injury timeout, so neither side charged with one. Turner is up, by the way, and on the far sideline. Appeared to be okay. 3rd and 2 for H.D. Woodson. Leonard. That's the snap. The handoff to Brown, who breaks through one tackle. Fighting for the first down now on the far side at the 50. Gets it to the Martinsburg 49. Gets pushed back, but the forward progress is enough for a first down for H.D. Woodson. In those situations, it makes sense to me to use Jackson. He is a big, big boy.
Yeah, Kane Whip got through the line of scrimmage and, in my mind, should have made that tackle in the backfield, but just couldn't quite grab a hold of him.
Standing in at 6'1", 210 pounds. That being Jackson, by the way. So 1st and 10 at the 50. Leonard takes a snap, drops back to pass. Trying to extend the play is Whip chasing him down. He has to just throw it away on the far sideline out of bounds, making it 2nd and 10 now.
Martinsburg brings a blitz. There's really not been anything, in my mind at least, to make you think from Martinsburg that you can't blitz a ton against this Woodson offense. You saw the way that Leonard tried to flip around and then saw the pressure coming off the edge from Cofield. And to turn back around looked like Shador Sanders in the preseason with some of those running back 10-plus yards behind the line of scrimmage.
3 receivers to the near side, one on the far side for Leonard in the shotgun with a running back to his right. He gets the snap, dropping back the pass, looking on the far side. Floats it for a wheel route. Isn't intercepted at the 30. I think it was. No, they say he was out of bounds. Colby Walker had it, but he couldn't get a foot down in bounds. 3rd and 10, H.D. Woodson. It's that pass intended for Harris.
It was great anticipation by Walker to be able to get over there and make that play. It looked like that Harris was potentially going to have a step or a half step on that wheel route. A great play to fly in and almost get that interception.
3rd and 10. Ball snap, dropping back to pass is Leonard. Hit as he throws into the middle of the field, and that one is going to be intercepted by Walker. He's back at the 5. Now slows it down to allow some blockers, cutting it to near side at the 15. The 35 goes back to the middle of the field at the 50 and will be brought down from behind And a flag thrown as Harris brings him down at the 45-yard line of H.D. Woodson. So Walker avenges the near INT with the INT.
I think it was him and Wally that almost ran into each other, kind of almost fighting for that interception. Pressure again.
Player down, by the way, as in pain is Julian Ashawn. So he'll be attended to. Waiting to hear what the penalty is. And it's a face mask called against H.D. Woodson. It's a 5-yard penalty. So that puts the ball at the 40-yard line of the Warriors. That's where Martinsburg offense will come back out on the field. 8:28 to go here in the second quarter. Martinsburg 42, H.D. Woodson nothing is the score. Let's get our second quarter sponsors for you here. Second quarter brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, family-owned, full-service funeral home, proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as Parsons Ford in Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became by making you number one first. Parsons. Two receivers to each side as Martinsburg heads out onto the field. Dick, shotgun, standing around the 45. Running back to his right. Dick gets the snap. It's a tunnel screen in and out of the hands of Ricketts, and it falls incomplete. He was hit from behind while that was going into his hands. Chase, and it's Watson able to break that pass up.
Team's leading sack getter so far for H.D. Woodson. They sort of just saw it coming that time. Wasn't the right defense to run it against. It happens. Brian Dick's first incompletion. 7 passes into the game.
And we have a flag now before the ball snapped. It looks like it's against H.D. Woodson. Waiting to see what the penalty is. It looks like it's offsetting penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams.
I think it was.
I think there was some talk after the play in the trenches.
It was either Marquise Jackson or Ennis Watson for H.D. Woodson, and I'm going to assume that it was Ian McKenzie for Martinsburg.
Ball snap. Dick hands it off. Trying to create some space here on the near side to the running back. Across the 40 to 35 and brought down just shy of the 30. So we have a new running back here.
It's Kingston McDonald Gibson.
Yep, there you go. McDonald Gibson makes it 3rd and short. First carry we've seen for him this season.
Yeah, that's to me that doesn't bode well, I guess, for Cofield and Myers, that they feel like they want to give some other guys some carries, or maybe you just want to give Myers a little bit more break, or just at this point in the game, maybe you want to see what a guy like number 20 can give you back there.
Low snap, Dick able to handle it, drops back to pass, chucks it deep and into the back of the end zone. The receiver was still trying to fight his way into the end zone. That'll bring up 4th down and 3 at the 33-yard line.
It looks like they're going to keep the offense out on the field, but Brian Dick does serve as the punter, so you never know when you could get a pooch punt.
Ricketts, the intended receiver on that last play. 2 receivers to each side. Dick was ready to take the snap, but whistles blow. And it looks like they're going to have Julian Ashawn have to go out of the game for some reason. He was at defensive tackle, and the referee saw something he didn't like, told him to get.
Sent him off, yep.
Yeah. And it's Watson comes back in. Motion everywhere. Who's it going to be on? Saw the line of H.D. Woodson go. Saw Villa on the far side of Martinsburg go.
False start.
And they're going to call it on Villa.
False start against Martinsburg.
So that backs Martinsburg up 5 yards, making it 4th and 8.
I think they were going to go for it, but
at the 38-yard line.
There's a lower chance of it now. I won't say they won't.
As you said, though, before the penalty, Brian Dick is the punter, so you don't know what he's going to do. Right now, he's in shotgun formation. The receivers left, one to the right. Looks like they're going for it. Pass here to the near side on the curl route yet again. It's Boston Sod. He makes the catch. And is pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And just like that, first down Martinsburg.
You made it tougher on your offense to go for it there, but about a 10-yard curl, same sort of soft coverage when they went to that play earlier, makes it easy.
Dick rolls to his right, passes it underneath. Ricketts catches it, goes down the near sideline, will be spun around, gets a few extra yards while stumbling inside the 10. First down Martinsburg, first and goal at the 6 is where they mark him down.
Nice throw to get it out that quick from Dick, and Ricketts with a nice move after the catch, pick up some extra yards.
Cofield in at running back now, alongside Brian Dick. Under 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. 42-0, Martinsburg leading H.D. Woodson with the first and goal at the 6. Dick gets the snap, hands it off to Cofield. He has a hole up the middle, and will go into the end zone for another Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. 6:37 left here in the second quarter. It is Martinsburg 48, H.D. Woodson nothing.
Cofield has 2 touchdowns on 2 carries. They've only really given it to him when they feel like they are going to get it in the end zone, goal line back. So they're still sort of figuring out what they want the run game from their running backs in particular to look like. But I think Cofield at the goal line is always a good idea.
Extra point kick up and good. 49-0. Martinsburg leads H.D. Woodson. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back with more Bulldogs football and talk radio, WRNR and TV10.
After a car accident, call the local law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti, the one with 115 years of combined experience fighting for West Virginia accident victims. Get more with Manchin Ferretti,
the one that takes on the big insurance companies.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti. We're Manchin Ferretti.
After a car accident, we'll fight for every dollar you deserve. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So call right now.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome you back. Martinsburg with a pooch kick here to the near side that will be bobbled, and it's on the ground as a big collision at the 35-yard line, and Martinsburg with Mikey Diller falling on top of it and recovering the muffed kick.
Falling on top of it looked like, and
wasn't Knight? I thought it was Diller.
Let's see. Oh, never mind. You got it there. Number 9. I had my 6 and my 9 mixed up. Mikey Diller, number 9. You're right.
No worries there. Martinsburg with the ball. First and 10 at the 35-yard line. 6:32 left here in quarter number 2. We'll get the scoring drive summary for you after this first play. Dick gets the snap, hands it off to his running back. Cuts it here to the far side. Now cuts back in. That is Ricketts. Shiftiness coming to life as he's pushed out of bounds inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Let's get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership Real Solutions.
I think that was Kevin Myers.
Was it Myers?
Also
okay,
Colin. But in the meantime, Martinsburg went 6 plays for 40 yards and a touchdown and ended with a 6-yard carry into the end zone by Cofield.
Myers at running back. RPO. And this time it's a pass here to the near side. Diving for the pylon and in for a Martinsburg touchdown. And that's Simon Ricketts. 5:57 here in the second quarter. Martinsburg 55. HD Woodson nothing.
Similar to play they ran on the first drive of the game where Dick just ended up keeping the ball for himself on a run. This time, dump off to Ricketts, who has a little more space to operate with, and he's an explosive athlete. He's able to get over to the goal line and push through into the end zone.
Snaps back, holds down, kicks up, and that kick is good, making it 56-0. Martinsburg leads HD Woodson. Only make it a 30-second break. Anticipating things going quickly here. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football and talk radio WRNR TV 10 back in 30 seconds.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. It has been all Bulldogs here tonight. 5:57 left in the second quarter. It is Martinsburg 56, HD Woodson nothing. Cody Page on to kickoff again for the Bulldogs. Traces out his steps. We'll send this one end over end. And it will be caught in stride at the 10-yard line here on the near sideline by Harris, who makes one man miss. Tries to cut back in at the 25 and will be chopped down around the 27-yard line. He's slow to get up, but is okay. First down, HD Woodson at its 27-yard line, like I said.
Martinsburg goes 2 plays for 35 yards that time. 13-yard pass from Brian Dick to Ty Ricketts. Set up by a 22-yard run by Kevin Myers off of the fumble on the kickoff.
Scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett. Trusted leadership, real solutions. First and 10, HD Woodson. Looks like they gave him the 29-yard line. For those tuning in. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. And got 2 men in the backfield now. 1 to the right, the other to the left to Leonard. It's a handoff to the one on the left, that being Harris. And Harris gets it across the 30. Cuts upfield on the far side to about the 34-yard line. But it appears this play's coming back. There was a flag thrown right as the ball was being snapped in the backfield.
We'll see if this is a hold or something else, but I think it's against Woodson regardless.
I don't know if the back ever was fully set.
Yeah.
I still saw them trying to get in position. But according to the PA announcer, it was a chop block.
Yeah, they're backing them up 10 yards.
So, ball now at the 19-yard line. .545 left here in the half. 56-0 Martinsburg all over the HD Woodson Warriors so far. Stay tuned at the half. We'll have first half stats. Back at the studio, they'll have a halftime scoreboard show for you as well. Leonard, again, backs to his left and right. That's the snap. Go with the triple option. It doesn't matter which one they gave it to. All of them would have been tackled in the backfield. But it was only the one with the ball, Demetrius Gatlin. Loses 3 on the play as Reeves brings him down. That makes it second and very, very long. Scoreboard says second and 25. And the ball at the 14-yard line, so 13-yard line. Make it second and 26.
Martinsburg, you got to be impressed by the way that they just get into the backfield. Woodson is just getting beat up. Their offensive line really has stood no match.
Ball snap. Leonard drops back the pass, steps up, and is sacked. Another loss on the play. So the defensive line gets through, and it's Frankie Urias. I think might be a birthday boy today is what we were hearing. Brings him down.
We'll have to get the servers out to sing to him. But
you have better pipes than I do. We all know that.
Ricketts coming off the edge on that blitz. He really was the one that ended up forcing that sack because Leonard saw that pressure and tried to step up or run up through the middle in the pocket and just ran pretty much right into Frankie Urias.
Ball spotted around the 7-yard line, I think. So 3rd and a country mile here for the boys from Washington, D.C. Two receivers to the far side, one to the near side for Leonard. That's the snap, dropping back the pass in his own end zone. Now steps up. He's going to just keep it himself. Has space on the far side, trying to bounce it to the outside, but kind of gets tripped up in his own footing across the 10, marked down at the 12-yard line. And on comes the punt team. 3 minutes, clock rolling here in quarter number 2. It's Martinsburg 56. H.D. Woodson, nothing.
And that was, again, Ty Ricketts with a blitz off the edge. They have found that really effective, Martinsburg's defense, to bring Ricketts off that edge with the blitz, because it pretty much heats up Leonard immediately to where he has to find somewhere to run, and he's no longer looking down the field for that pass.
Julian Ashawn on to punt, standing in the end zone. Martinsburg has nobody back to return. It's a low wobbler that bounces at the 36. And will stop at the 39. 2:18 now left in quarter number 2. As Martinsburg's offense comes back out onto the field.
I actually watched them pull Boston Todd. He started jogging a step or two onto the field and then got called back. You could see the frustration and in his body language. Just like, oh, come on, coach. Let me go. But I wonder if that's Martinsburg letting the punt go where it goes so you can get the offense more reps, because the way that Todd returns the punts, there might not have been an offensive drive if you let him return the punt.
Two receivers near side, one to the far side. Dick takes the snap, dropping back the pass. Wide receiver screen on the near side, caught by Villa. Villa trying to cut it back towards the middle of the field, now bouncing into the far side at the 30. Villa at the 25, at the 20, and will be brought down by the opposite number 11 at the 15-yard line. Harris brings him down, 1st and 10, Martinsburg. Are they bringing it back? Is there a flag that I'm missing?
Yep, there's one right in front of the white hat here.
Block in the back against Martinsburg.
And make that 8 penalties on the Bulldogs.
That looked like it was Zaire Tugwell. I think I saw 5-5 given out by the white hat.
So it looks like it's a 5-yard penalty in the end.
It ball at the 46-yard line now. Under 2 minutes left here in the half.
Compared to where last play was, at least.
Dick, a snap rolling to his right, and he's going to keep it himself and take off. Untouched into the end zone, but there is another flag.
Oh, man.
When you move the pocket enough like that, you tend to have a holding.
A long developing run play. You're kind of sweeping to the outside, whether it's a rolling pocket where you can throw the ball. Looked like there might have been an option to throw it there, but just as much a run play for Dick if he's got the space, and he did. It looks like he might have had some of that space because of a hold.
So that backs Martinsburg's offense up behind the 50. Waiting to see where, they say. Looks like the 44-yard line.
Yep.
Minute and a half, clock rolling here in the second quarter.
With the clock rolling, all 3 timeouts, but with the score, I'm curious to see how hard they try to make this 2-minute drill work.
Dick, another screen pass on the near side, caught by Villa. Villa trying to follow his blockers, wanted to cut back inside, but this time didn't have it. He goes right into the arms of Garcia across the 50, tackled at the 49-yard line of H.D. Woodson. That'll make it second down and long, a minute remaining here in quarter number 2.
I don't know exactly what Coach Walker just said to Villa, but with the way he was pointing, I'd say, hey, buddy, end zone's this way. You got to go north and south. So it happens.
Low snap. They hand it off to McDonald Gibson. Big hole up the middle. 30, 20, 10, 5. Nobody's going to catch Kingston. Touchdown, Martinsburg. Kingston McDonald Gibson goes yards, and with 39 seconds left, Martinsburg extends its lead out to 62-zip against H.D. Woodson.
The parting of the Red Sea there up the middle. It's just nobody able to bring in McDonald Gibson. And nice burst from him to hit that hole and just green grass in front of him.
On to attempt the extra point, Cody Page. On to hold, Brian Dick. Snaps back. Kick is up. Kick is good. 63-0 with 39 seconds left in quarter number 2. Martinsburg leads H.D. Woodson. Step aside, take a 30-second break, then be back with more Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball,
Football, soccer, track. I loved winning.
I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
Welcome back. Still in the second quarter. Our score 63-0. Martinsburg leading H.D. Woodson. 0-2 start for the first time since 2015. You wouldn't expect it when you're looking at the score. Page on to kick off. Tracing his steps here. Kick. Low line drive that bounces at the 15. Will be picked up on the far side. I believe that might be Gatlin over there. He's spun around and brought down just shy of the 20-yard line. Let's get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett.
Martinsburg, I think in the end that's only 2 plays. Felt longer than that with all the penalties. That goes for 56 yards. And the touchdown, 49-yard touchdown run for Kingston McDonald Gibson.
Trusted leadership, real solutions. Senator Jason Barrett. 37 seconds left here in quarter number 2. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. We'll see what H.D. Woodson decides to do here for the rest of this quarter and for the rest of the game. This one's ugly. Got the beast in the house down on the near sideline. That being Travis Bajan. And it's a run, and it's a good run. Out across the 30 goes Harris on the far sideline. Didn't get out of bounds, so the clock will keep rolling here. And 20 seconds left to go in the half.
Wonder if we could have convinced Travis Bajan to take the mic for the halftime interview with Coach Walker.
I don't think we would want that. You never know what's
yeah,
going
you
to
might
come out
not.
of his mouth. Another handoff, another run, trying to bounce to the outside is Harris. And he's dragged out of bounds just shy of the 35, and that is the end of the half. Heading into the locker room, it is Martinsburg 63, H.D. Woodson nothing. Looks like Matt Miller trying to get Dave Walker down on the sideline, waiting for them to get in position. Well, it looks like the official wants to talk with Coach Walker first. Matt, we're going to send it down to you now. Looks like you're ready to go.
All right, let's do it, Coach. Just talk to us about what you saw in this first half from your team, and how big of a half is this after the 0-2 start?
Well, I mean, I'm excited for the guys. I mean, they had a really good week of practice. We turned the intensity up, and they responded, and I'm happy for them.
Opening kickoff, you recover that short kick. How did that kind of kick?
Well, I mean, we're down there and talking in the coach's office. I told kickoff, of course, he was all about it, but it worked out for us.
Yeah. All three facets of the game. What do you talk to them about it in the second half?
Well, we're going to go 80 guys to 2. I think we're going to shorten the game to 5-minute quarters. It'll be over with pretty quick, but it gets us headed back in the right direction.
There you go, Coach. Thanks. Thank you. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Matt. Apologies there for the audio cutting in and out, but I believe we heard Coach Walker at the end say there while that audio was cutting in and out, 5-minute quarters for the second half. Is that correct, Matt?
5-minute quarters in the second half, and there'll be a running clock as well.
All righty, so this night's going to wrap up pretty quickly. Thank you, Matt, down there. Let's step aside, take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll have the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football and talk radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Mark Q's Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Q's Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. I'm Colin McLaughlin. I'm joined by Dylan Bishop, on-site producers Donna Schaffner, camera crew tonight, Matt Miller, Matt Crawford back in the studio, Kyler High, Nick Verzolini, who you will hear from here shortly with a halftime scoreboard show. Halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. This is pure domination tonight for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. They came out fired up after the tough start of the season, and they are pouring it on the HD Woodson Warriors 63-0 here at halftime.
Pretty much night and day from the first two games that we saw from the Bulldogs. Brian Dick in the passing game. We'll get to the stats. It's more than there. They have improved a good bit from the first two games in that department, and we're getting some of the running backs involved. Really, it starts up front. pretty much every football coach will tell you that the game starts at the line of scrimmage in the trenches. And more often than not, the reason Martinsburg dominates games the way that they do is because they're winning in the trenches. And this is absolutely an example of that. H.D. Woodson, some of their rushing stats here, we'll get to them. Novell Harris has run the ball pretty well at about a 4-yard per carry clip. Anyone else carries the ball for H.D. Woodson, it has not been good so far. And you got to be impressed with some of the throws you've seen from Brian Dick. We talked about it a little bit, how when Martinsburg's offense got in trouble last year, he just gave the ball to the quarterback and he just ran it. And we saw that in the first 2 games. Now we're seeing a little bit of a drop in competition. Now we can see the full arsenal of the Martinsburg offense a little bit. You can throw that ball downfield to Boston Todd, get him out in space, whether it's a screen, he's running a crosser, if he's running downfield on a post or a corner. They've done it all in this game. We saw almost none of it in the first 2.
Yeah, it's been night and day, as you said. This team hadn't even had 100 passing yards this season throughout the first 2 weeks. You can pick 2 completions from Brian Dick today, and that can total over the amount that he had in the first 2 weeks against Camden and Huntington. Speaking of which, let's get to those first half stats, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com.
H.D. Woodson, Amari Leonard at quarterback, 1 for 6 for 3 yards. Running the ball, throw a couple sacks in there, 6 carries for 4 yards. He did have a rush of 10 yards on a scramble and a couple other solid runs. Novell Harris, 6 carries, 24 yards. Marquise Jackson, 6 carries for 5 total yards. On the Martinsburg side, Brian Dick, 10 for 12, 235 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. And again, let's go back to what those first 2 game totals were. That would be 12 for 28 for 96 yards, no touchdowns. On the ground, not a whole lot from Brian Dick. He had a rushing touchdown called back with a hold, but in the end, 5 carries for 19 yards and a rushing touchdown for him. Cofield, 2 carries, both into the end zone, 8 total yards. Kevin Myers has carried the ball 4 times for 46 yards. Kingston McDonald Gibson had himself a 49-yard touchdown run. 2 total carries for 56 yards. Boston Todd has got himself 4 catches on the day. And I got to do a little bit of mental math to get here to his total because, man, they've gotten the ball so many times to him. Let's see, 57, 97, 110 receiving yards on 4 catches for Boston Todd. And I think I'm even missing one because I've got a 34-yard touchdown for Brian Dick and no receiver responsible for it. And I believe that was Boston Todd as well.
Yeah, I have to go back and look. Again, these are unofficial anyway, so
yeah.
Scoring a 95 out of 100 is fine for you, Dylan. Still an A in my book.
Hey, I do my best.
You'll have to tune into the Sports Mix on Monday for the official stats. But for now, unless you got anything else,
I think that's it.
Let's send it back to the studio for the halftime scoreboard show. Again, our score, Martinsburg 63, H.D. Woodson nothing. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
You're in there again, Robbie? Hey, I don't blame you. Your Endless Pool is always ready. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Endless Pools are great and ready to use year-round. And let's be honest, you're not just splashing around. The resistance current, full-body workout. You've got some serious wing definition, my friend. Okay. Time for the best part, sauna time.
Look at you, total peace. The heat sinks in, your muscles let go, and the world, it can wait. That's the magic of having a sauna at home. No rushing, no noise, no schedules. Just you and a space that feels like it was built to recharge you. Right now, Floor Pools is part of a limited time offer, and you could save up to $5,000 on an endless pool. But that's not all. When you come into Floor Pools, they'll bundle in a sauna at a seriously great price. It's Robbie's Swim and Sweat Bundle, now until September 14th. Swim, recover, relax, all in one place. Your place. Visit floorpools.com or stop by Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, or Martinsburg and ask about Robbie's Swim and Sweat promotion. He says you'll never want to leave home again.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Ardenelville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
We welcome you into the halftime scoreboard show brought to you by the Rosedale Funeral Home. Our score here at the half, 63-0. Martinsburg beating up on HD Woodson here at halftime. And like Colin said, as Coach Walker reported, it will be a very short second half, 5-minute running clock. Take a look at the rest of the EPAC here tonight. Morgantown cruising to a victory against Hedgesville, 35-0 our score there. Liberty just scored to take a 14-0 lead over Washington in that ball game. 2-point conversion failed after they succeeded on their first one. Wheeling Park leads Musselman 14-6. The Applemen showing some fight here once again, but can they get over the hump and pull out a victory? We'll find out later on tonight. Spring Mills 40, Connellsville, Pennsylvania 0, and Sharando and Jefferson are reportedly scoreless at the half. We'll jump into some other games across 4A. Take a look at it here. Huntington, Spring Valley, the battle for the shield down there in Huntington, 14-7 Highlanders lead it at the half. Hurricane taking on Parkersburg. Parkersburg just added a touchdown to that score you see on our screen. It's 17-7, the Big Reds. Woodrow Wilson taking on Parkersburg South, 7-0 in that contest. Cabell Midland and George Washington had to be postponed. Not certain why. Maybe played tomorrow, possibly. Some weather down in the that end of the state. And then St. Albans and Riverside, 16-0 the score there. Riverside leads AAA St. Albans. Those are all your scores here from the half. We'll go ahead and take another break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from Colin and Dylan as they'll get you set for the start of the second half. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Beck and Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments want to help keep our communities, including backyard flocks and farms, safe from H5N1, the avian flu. To stay up to date with current risk levels and CDC recommendations, as well as disease prevention information shared by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, be sure to check out the Community Resources section of the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department at bchealthdept.org. This ad has been made possible through a grant-funded partnership with the West Virginia Department of Health.
Greetings and welcome from the Alumni Association. We're the Coopers, and we want to send you blessings from the directors and the administrators. We're here today to give you some information and some updates, and we're located at the Martinsburg High School hallway, right in front of the Martinsburg Alumni Association wall. So right now, I want to give you a little bit of background and information, but we've got something special for you coming in just a few moments.
In 1910, Martinsburg High School Alumni Association held its first meeting. So as you can see, it's been going on for quite some time. Right now we have over 15,000 members of the Alumni Association. Those include those that graduated from Martinsburg High School. Just think, if you sent in your $10 dues, if everyone did, times 15,000, that would be $150,000. Now we know that's not a possibility, but for those of you that would be willing to, we'd really appreciate $10 or more, and just send it to Martinsburg High School Alumni Association, care of the treasurer, that's still Dale Hicks, to Post Office Box 3007, Martinsburg, West Virginia, 25402. So we'd appreciate anything that you could give us, and we're working on the website, so that's under construction right now.
We're fortunate this afternoon to have 3 past recipients who will be explaining to you and talking to you about what and how it happened for them and how it helped their education.
Hi, my name is Kira Rhodes, and I graduated from Martinsburg last year. I'm so incredibly grateful for the Martinsburg Alumni Association. They've not only created financial burden for students in this high school, but they've also created a community of support that I haven't gotten from anybody else. This association is helping to build up the next workforce in Martinsburg, and I'll forever be grateful for that.
Hi guys, I'm a recent graduate from Martinsburg High School. My name's Carson Buber. The Alumni Scholarship has helped me immensely this past year at my college of choice, Potomac State. As an academic student and an athletic student, I had a lot on my plate, and so this scholarship helped ease my financial burdens. I had no time to work, and I just got to focus on my academics and athletics, and I'm very appreciative of the Alumni Association for giving me this scholarship.
Hello, my name is Eliana Mosby. I'm a recent graduate here at Martinsburg High School, and this scholarship has helped to ease a lot of my financial burden and help me to focus on my academics mainly, and to help me to go into the workforce and get back to my community with the career of choice that I'm choosing. Not only has it helped me, but it has helped a lot of other students and future students coming in, and so it'll be a great opportunity, and I'm very forever thankful for everything the Alumni Association has done for me.
So folks, we want to thank these 3 past recipients for coming in. We want to thank the administration for allowing us to do this film. And I want you to see that each one of them is holding an amount of money. What's missing is $10, which is your $10 due that we really could help us. Remember, your support and your help in this matter will let us see and realize from the Alumni Association what we really can do for the future. And it will help us. So what money, we will accept anything that you're willing to send, but again, we need this money. It goes strictly to the youngsters, for the recipients. We thank you so much. We know everything that you can help us with would be very appreciated. And so again, we want to thank the administration. We want to thank TV10 and Colin. We want to thank the 3 of our recipients. And most of all, we want to thank you now for what help you're going to give us. So in closing, we say thank you, help support us, and God bless.
Welcome back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. About 4 minutes left here on the halftime clock. Our score, 63-0. You didn't miss anything at halftime, obviously, but you never know with how much scoring we have seen tonight from the Martinsburg Bulldogs here against the H.D. Woodson Warriors. H.D. Woodson already out on the field, ready to go. Martinsburg still in the locker room. They'll come out here momentarily. Also, for those that didn't hear, obviously, this game's a blowout. It's not going to change. Because of that, this second half is going to go by very quickly. 5-minute quarters, running clock in each quarter. Also, Martinsburg gets the ball to start the second half.
As we always talk about in these situations, the better team tonight has been decided. So let's just go out there, do your due diligence, play 4 quarters. They don't need to be 12 minutes. We don't need to have these kids getting hurt out there. 63-0. Martinsburg's going to get the win. Woodson's going to get the loss. So we'll get some reps in for the number 2s and number 3s, and then we'll all go home.
Looks like Martinsburg coming back out onto the field now. Let's step aside and take one last 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for quarter number 3. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football and talk radio, WRNR and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
Here on Talk Radio, WRNR, TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube as we head into the second half. Our second half kickoff will be brought to you by personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Both teams out of the locker room on the field, ready to go. Here for quarter number 3. Again, as I said previous, these quarters will be shortened. 63-0 Martinsburg, leading H.D. Woodson's the score. So we'll have 5-minute quarters. The clock will be rolling nonstop in each of them. Waiting here. Not sure what we're waiting for. Both teams are ready to go.
Yep. You got Ty Ricketts warming up right by the sideline. Looks like we'll probably see him at quarterback. We saw him for a snap at quarterback. It was to hand it off to Brian Dick for a rushing touchdown in that first half. They lined up Ricketts at quarterback under center and Dick as the running back.
It's like H.D. Woodson's coaching staff might not be happy with the officiating crew. See multiple officials over there talking with a few of their coaches. So that, I think, might have been the reason for the delay here. It's the kickoff team out there for the Warriors. On to kickoff is Marquise Jackson, waiting for the return team of the Bulldogs to go out. They slowly do.
I'm not sure what Woodson's coaching staff could be upset at the officiating for, but it could be a number of things. But I know one thing. They have not spotted Martinsburg 63 points.
Kick. Good one. It's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. That's how quarter number 3 will start. Third quarter brought to you by Power Beck and Matt Zurf Law Offices. Call 304-264-8870 to speak with an attorney today or visit www.lawpbm.com. Third quarter also brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301 in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. So Ricketts at quarterback. Brian Dick stays done. Kingston McDonald Gibson at running back, lined up to the left. Gets a snap, hands it off to Kingston, and he goes nowhere. 2nd and 10.
Looks like there's at least a handful of starters out there for Woodson, so this could be a second-string offensive line against at least some of the first-string defensive line. It looks like it's pretty much all of the first-string defensive line for Woodson.
2 receivers to each side for Ricketts. Again, it's another handoff, and McDonald Gibson has another big hole up the middle, breaks through 2 tackles, and is off to the races at the, again, 40, 30, 20. Is he going to be caught?
Oh.
He is, and oh my goodness. Horse collar book definition.
Yeah.
By Delon Hall, clear as day, is grabbing that horse collar at the 10 and dragging him down at the 5. It stops the touchdown.
Now, I understand that maybe that was the only way he was going to reach out and stop McDonald Gibson from scoring. But that play is a penalty for a reason. That is an unsafe play.
Low snap, it's bobbled. Handoff, though. And it's a run for Myers into the end zone for a Martinsburg touchdown. 69-0. Martinsburg leads H.D. Woodson with 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
To be impressed by McDonald Gibson. A couple big runs that he's broken off. See Martinsburg toying around with the idea of using him in the backfield. We hadn't seen that at all this year. We'd seen.
He looks like a sprinter for the track team.
Yeah. Cofield and Myers. It's pretty much who we'd seen at running back. A lot of carries to Brian Dick in the first 2 games, like we mentioned.
PAT kick up and good, making it 70-0. Let's step aside, take a 30-second break, and then we'll be back with more Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 back in 30 seconds.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
We welcome you back. 70-0. Martinsburg leads H.D. Woodson. 2:33 left here in quarter number 3. The quarters 5 minutes each with a running clock here because of the blowout. Page on to kick off for Martinsburg. His kick from the 40. High end over end. That is returned at the 5-yard line on the far side by Gatlin. Tries to go up the middle. Bounces off one man. Stumbles forward and is brought down at the 25-yard line. Let's get our scoring drive summary now. Brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership Real Solutions.
Martinsburg gets 70 yards in just 3 plays. It ends with a 3-yard touchdown run by Kevin Myers.
Clock starts rolling here already. Under 2 minutes left. 1:45 now here in quarter number 3 as H.D. Woodson breaks the huddle. I believe their starter's still out on the field. Does appear to be Leonard still at quarterback. Wants to have 2 backs now to his right. As he hands the ball off, and it's a big hole up the middle. The 45 at the 50. Tackled around the 45-yard line. In on the run is Matt Ingram. as he's brought down at that Martinsburg 46 for H.D. Woodson first down.
Woodson's moving pretty fast, too. I don't think they want this game to end with them having a goose egg on the scoreboard.
There's another run here for Ingram. He sheds off a few more tackles before cutting it back inside across the 35 and brought down at the 33. Apologies to those tuned in on TV 10. Appears we might have our main camera currently down, having to get the battery out of our case and put back into the screen. Leonard has the snap. This time it's a handoff to Harris, who bounces it to the far side, but a great shoestring tackle there by Martinsburg. As Harris goes nowhere on the carry, bringing up 2nd and 10. Tackle, I believe, by Martinsburg's Kevin Fortune. 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. One last play. It's another handoff. Harris this time goes up the middle, dragging the defenders from behind across the 20. Brought down at the 17-yard line, and that is how the third quarter will come to an end. 70-0. Martinsburg leads. H.D. Woodson will step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back with quarter number 4. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
Jonathan Bodwell Insurance Solutions. We've been serving the Eastern Panhandle with their insurance needs for 20 years. We specialize in Medicare and health insurance plans. Medicare can be scary. We help seniors navigate the Medicare maze and not get taken advantage of by the call centers. We give honest, local advice on your insurance. We're located in the Aiken Center, 304-283-0864.
We welcome you back. First play of quarter number 4 is another run for Harris, and he will be tackled right at the numbers at the 11-yard line. Quarter number 4 is brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to skinnerwins.com, as well as CMA Honda of Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike in Winchester. Call 540-686-1622. CMA Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you. Quick screen underneath, caught by Harris, and he is stomped at the 5-yard line here on the near side. A great RPO as they continue to feed Harris here on this drive. Does H.D. Woodson. They want to put some points up on the board here before this game ends. 4 minutes left, 70-0. Martinsburg leading H.D. Woodson. Hopefully our tech is all back up as Leonard with a handoff. Harris on the near side, dives for the pylon. Did he get in is the question. They say he stepped out at the half-yard line, it appears. And we have an injury for an H.D. Woodson lineman. That'll stop the clock with 3:38 here in the fourth quarter. Harris. That's all it's been here this drive. Harris, Harris, Harris. In the air, with those quick screens, on the ground for a few runs as well. He's been the bright spot for H.D. Woodson tonight. Just simply hasn't been enough of a bright spot.
Yeah, you can see the talent there to where he was at 260 yards through 2 games on the ground. And he was also their leading receiver. 5 catches, 73 yards, and a receiving touchdown in the first 2 games.
Injured player still being attended to. Keep things here for now. Stay tuned. We'll still have our post-game show for you, even though this thing's getting ramped up pretty quickly due to the mercy rule in the 5-minute quarters. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR. TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Dylan Bishop alongside me. Donna Schaffner's our on-site producer here tonight. Matt Miller, Matt Crawford, our camera crew. Back at the studio, Nick Verzolini and Kyler High. Looking ahead to next week as well, Martinsburg Bulldogs are at Hedgesville. We'll have that game for you right here, 6 p.m. pregame, 7 p.m. kick. Here we go. 2nd and goal at the half-yard line for H.D. Woodson. With 3:38 to go in quarter number 4. Leonard in the gun. Running back behind him, and one other to his right. And some motion up front. Might be against Martinsburg. I don't know how much farther you can move that ball closer, though, to the end zone.
About a half a yard, maybe.
So again, 2nd and goal. Leonard hands it off. Up the middle goes Jones. Met at the goal line. And fights his way in for the H.D. Woodson touchdown. And that makes it 70-6. Martinsburg leads H.D. Woodson.
I'm sure Woodson feels good. They're going to feel a lot better about the final score now that it doesn't say 0 on their side. But still doesn't make that first half any better.
I believe that might have been Jackson.
Yes,
with the touchdown.
It was. They're going to go for 2.
Yep. They have Jackson again behind Leonard. Garcia to his right at fullback. Leonard drops back to pass. It's an all-out blitz. He has to throw it to the near side, and it goes off the hand of his tight end and incomplete. So that was Sean in the area, so that remains 70-6. Martinsburg leading H.D. Woodson with 2:57 left in the ball game. Step aside, take a 30-second break. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football and talk radio, WRNR and TV10.
Mark Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
Welcome you back here as H.D. Woodson has put some points up on the board here tonight to avoid being shut out. It is 70-6 as the kickoff, a line drive caught at the 16-yard line here on the near side. Martinsburg will return it across the 40, and the return man brought down at the 42-yard line. Waiting to see who that young man is that was back there on the return being helped up, and it looks like it was Urian George in on the return. Brian Dick back out onto the field for Martinsburg.
That's interesting. Doesn't look like there's really any other starters out there, but it is Brian Dick at quarterback.
Clock rolling. We got 2 minutes left.
Play clock hasn't started yet.
Yeah, I don't know if
for
they're
this
too worried
particular
about
play.
that.
That's
2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side for Dick. That's the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Stiff arms one man, stiff arms another, and gets pushed out of bounds, and that's going to be a late hit. That's not Dick, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say Creon Riddenauer. That's an 8. That's an 8, not a 0.
18.
Yep.
Yeah, those numbers are tough for us to.
That wouldn't have made
figure
much
out.
sense.
Our
That wouldn't have.
apologies, Creon Riddenauer, the quarterback.
Well, yeah, you do have a penalty at the end of the play.
And that is against H.D. Woodson. Clock stops for now as they mark the ball off. Minute 35 left here in the game. And
timeout.
Like we're going to get a timeout taken.
Well, he did just have a personal foul with 90 seconds just about left in a game that you're down by 60-plus points.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see that H.D. Woodson wants to give the players a talking to. Look over on the H.D. Woodson sideline. I'm only just really realizing how small the numbers are for this team. We kind of figured that this is probably a down year for them compared to normal, so what we've seen them play Martinsburg before.
Yeah, I believe the roster, whenever I was printing it off, 37 players for this team. If you want to count them to see if that's correct, be my guest.
Well, let's see, 11 on the field, and then, no.
Here we go. Another read option. And a broken tackle. Right now we're trying to break another across the 25, but he's dragged down at the 24-yard line. That'll make it second down and about 2. Keon Ridenauer looking good out there.
Yeah, running the ball pretty effectively. Ridenauer only sophomore, 5'11", 182.
1 minute left here in the ball game. See if these young guys can punch it in one more time. If they're able to break a big play, obviously. Right now, our quarterback keeper up the middle. Bounces off a tackle at the 20. Stiff arms man around the 15. Jukes a man at the 10. Will be pushed out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Very good stuff here by Ridenauer. 30 seconds left, so it might be the final play. Martinsburg starting to line up at the 50. The 11 guys out there still want to go, but it looks like they're going to motion them over, and that's going to be the ball game. Martinsburg Bulldogs get the first win of the season, 70-6 over the H.D. Woodson Warriors. Step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with our post-game show. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
Mark Q's Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Q's Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
You're in there again, Robbie? Hey, I don't blame you. Your Endless Pool is always ready. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Endless Pools are great and ready to use year-round. And let's be honest, you're not just splashing around. The resistance current, full-body workout. You've got some serious wing definition, my friend. Okay. Time for the best part. Sauna time. Look at you, total peace. The heat sinks in, your muscles let go, and the world, it can wait. That's the magic of having a sauna at home. No rushing, no noise, no schedules. Just you and a space that feels like it was built to recharge you. Right now, Floor Pools is part of a limited time offer, and you could save up to $5,000 on an Endless Pool. But that's not all. When you come into Floor Pools, they'll bundle in a sauna at a seriously great price. It's Robbie's Swim and Sweat Bundle, now until September 14th. Swim, recover, relax, all in one place. Your place. Visit floorpools.com or stop by Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, or Martinsburg and ask about Robbie's Swim and Sweat promotion. He says you'll never want to leave home again.
Powered Beck and Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? LawPBM.com.
We welcome you back here. 70-6, tonight's final score. The Martinsburg Bulldogs are victorious over the H.D. Woodson Warriors to get win number 1 of the season. Post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. With a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere, check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Looks like Martinsburg breaking its pre-game or post-game, huddle, and we'll hear momentarily from Dave Walker, the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as he'll be joined by our sideline cameraman / reporter, Matt Miller, just making sure they get into a good spot for us, so we hopefully have some good audio for you, unlike at halftime. So, Matt, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right, thank you, guys. Again, with Coach Walker, obviously a very short second half. How good was it, though, to get some of those young guys in?
I mean, it was to get our twos and some other guys in. I'd like to win a little longer so everybody could have gotten a game, but that's why you have JV games and stuff for, I guess. But those guys are getting better, and I was just really pleased by our effort and by our attitude tonight.
Talk to us about that. The 0-2 start, some young players on this team fighting through that adversity, a close one on the road last week. How has this team really come together, and how did it show tonight?
Well, I think it started with practice. I thought we had a really good week of practice. It was a little more intense than probably what we've had in a long time. We challenged our guys to get better, and youth is not an excuse now. So, we have to be the best we could be and do our job anytime we step on the field. So, pleased with it, but we got to come in and try to get better. We still got a lot of room for improvement.
All right, take us through each phase of the game. Let's start with the offense. What did you see tonight? What kind of was clicking for you?
I thought Brian threw the ball really well. Boston had some big plays. We were able to distribute the ball a little bit, which we wanted to do. So I thought that part. I thought Kevin and Kingston and Terrell. Those guys ran the ball pretty well. Brian had a couple nice runs, but I thought we were able to keep a balance offensively. As far as distribution of who we were going to, and it's kind of, if we could do that effectively, it's going to make it harder for us to defend us.
Take us to that defensive side of the football and the way they played, held this team down to just 7 points, got some turnovers, really looked good.
Yeah, I thought they played fast and physical. I thought we played a lot better up front. I was a little concerned about their size going into the game, but I thought our guys really played physical and fast.
Special teams, you forced some turnovers, got the football, made plays. What'd you see there?
Well, yeah, starting the game off with the onside, and then had the punt return called back, but we were able to do some things, kicking the ball, forced a couple turnovers there in the kicking game, so that was huge for us. So I thought we, anytime you win with a lopsided score, everybody should play pretty well.
Final question, and that's, some penalties were a key last week. How do you feel you fared in that category today?
A lot better, but we still did a couple dumb things. In the return game, and then up front we had a couple holding calls and things we have to go back and look at, but a definite improvement over the last 2 weeks.
Coach, thank you, and go get them next week.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Matt, for our post-game interview, and great job down on the sideline running our camera as well. Step aside, take another 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, we will have post-game stats and give out our awards. This is Martinsburg Bulldog Football and Talk Radio, WRNR Martinsburg, and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Get ready to rumble! In this corner, weighing in at 7 ounces, Rock's Delicious Chicken Sandwich. In quarter number 2, a 1/4 pound Rock's Delicious Burger. Who's the best? You decide.
We brought the beach to you. It rocks crab cake sandwich with 70% real crab meat.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden-Nullville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
To our final segment here, 70-6. Tonight's final score. Martinsburg defeats the HD Woodson Warriors. Let's get into our post-game stats, brought to you by your local full-service archery pro shop, that being Fort Evans Archery of Inwood. Call 304-229-7064 or visit fortevans.com. Not much of a change, but what do you have for us, Dylan, here for post-game stats? Sorry.
In the end here, I'm going to have Brian Dick. Just played the first half, 10 for 12, 235 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. Also added in a rushing touchdown on 5 carries for 19 yards. Cofield with 2 carries that both get into the end zone for 8 total yards. Kevin Myers with 5 carries, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kingston McDonald Gibson gets 4 carries for 120 yards and a touchdown. One that was almost a second touchdown, if not for a horse collar tackle. Boston Todd, 5 catches, 144 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. One that I forgot to mention in the first half was Ty Ricketts having 2 catches for 32 yards and getting into the end zone for a touchdown. He got 1 catch from Irving and Villa, 8 yards, 7 yards apiece. Punt return touchdown for Boston Todd as well. And I think that just about covers it. H.D. Woodson, 1 for 6 for 3 yards passing from Amari Leonard. He ran the ball 6 times for 4 yards. Novell Harris, 6 carries for 24 yards in that first half. Marquise Jackson had 6 carries for 5 yards in the first half. Added in later on the 1 touchdown from 1 yard out to get H.D. Woodson avoiding a shutout, getting them on the board. Blake Turner had the 1 catch for 3 yards. And that's about it. A lot of penalties again from Martinsburg. And aside from that, what a game.
Let's get to our awards and wrap things up. Starting off with our play of the game, brought to you by CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop in and see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-8821. They're moving lives forward. Play of the game, Dylan.
I think for that I'm going to go with the punt return. Punt return touchdown by Boston Todd. He just gave him way too much room to operate. And, of course, he gets into the end zone. I mean, we saw he barely touched the ball in this game, but got into the end zone 3 times.
How about collision of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service for great pricing done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
I think it's got to be the big hit after the kickoff when it was 49-0 that forced the fumble recovered by Mikey Dillard. There, I mean, there was a couple plays in this game that I think maybe could have been some honorable mentions, but that's really the one that sticks out above the rest.
Catch of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Let's go with the 34-yard touchdown from Brian Dick to Boston Todd. Corner route, able to get Boston Todd in the end zone. Nice throw from Brian Dick. And he had a good bit of them. Again, 10 for 12. He gets over 200 yards. And Boston Todd was the main target.
Lastly, player of the game, brought to you by CMA Honda of Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike in Winchester. Call 540-686-1622 at CMA Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more about you.
I'm going to give it to Brian Dick. I think you could just as easily give this to Boston Todd and they could be co-players of the game, but I think just comparing the first 2 games passing the ball to this one, to be able to do what Brian Dick was doing, it looked like the version of Martinsburg that we expected. Those first 2 games didn't look like the potential that we thought we saw in Brian Dick as a quarterback. But this game, plenty of time to sit back and throw the ball. Had Boston Todd beating his man down the field more often than not, and took advantage of it.
I think Matt wants us away from his little broadcast booth here as well, as he's got us on up here in the press box. That wraps things up for us tonight. On the other side of this, you'll have the post-game scoreboard show back at the studio. The last time with Nick Verzolini here for us. Appreciate his 4 years, his life dedicated to hard work covering our local sports alongside us, and he will be greatly missed.
Nick the Knife.
Nick the Knife, Verzolini, riding high. Kyler High back at the studio as well. He'll be the next man up. Who knows? For Matt Miller, Matt Crawford, Donna Schaffner, Dylan Bishop, Colin McLaughlin signing off. Tonight's final score, Martinsburg 70, HD Woodson 6. This has been Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments want to help keep our communities, including backyard flocks and farms, safe from H5N1, the avian flu. To stay up to date with current risk levels and CDC recommendations, as well as disease prevention information shared by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, be sure to check out the Community Resources section of the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department at bchealthdept.org. This ad has been made possible through a grant-funded partnership with the West Virginia Department of Health.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
We welcome you in here to the
welcome you in here to the post-game scoreboard show. That's going to be brought to you by Floor Pools. Nick Verzolini here on the post-game show, scoreboard show. Floor Pools. You know what? Let's just restart. This just didn't go well. It's the last one ever, and I'm really choking. Scoreboard show brought to you by Floor Pools. Floor Pools has locations in Hagerstown, Chambersburg, and Martinsburg. Bulldogs win it big here tonight, 70-6. We'll go over some other EPAC scores. Week 3, not going well for Hedgesville, 49-0 against Morgantown, but Morgantown arguably the best team in the state so far this season. They are going to roll to 3-0. Liberty beating up on Washington. That game sitting at 20-0. Musselman, final score here, beats Wheeling Park 21-14. The Applemen are back, ladies and gentlemen. As Spring Mills lost to Wheeling Park last week, but Spring Mills bounces back in a big way. 40-0 lead at halftime against Connellsville, Pennsylvania. No updated score, but I don't think Connellsville was coming back in that one. Sherando leads Jefferson late third quarter, 7-0 in a defensive battle there. Huntington, Spring Valley, as I mentioned, big rivalry down there. Huntington has extended that lead that you see on your scoreboard, 28-7. Now the score there. Parkersburg has also extended the lead against Hurricane to 24-10. Woodrow Wilson, Parkersburg South going at it tonight, 10-0 there in the third quarter. George Washington, Cabell Midland, that game was postponed tonight. Not certain the reasoning for that. And then Riverside leads St. Albans 16-0. Now that lead has been extended as well to 23-0. So unfortunately, a lot of those scores coming in here recently to extend some leads. By the way, we have an update on the Hedgesville score as well. Morgantown 52, Hedgesville 7 in that one. So some scores coming in here a little bit later as we began the post-game scoreboard show. Real quick here in 4A as well, University is going to improve to 3-0, 62-6 win for the University Hawks here tonight. And I believe that is all the scores we have. So only a few final scores, but what a night in the EPAC here once again. And for the final time, signing off, I'm Nick Verzolini. Once again, your final score here tonight. It is Martinsburg with a big win, their first win of the year, 70-6 over HD Woodson. That will do it for us on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Power, Beck and Matzaref Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Floor Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and Next Level Auto Detailing.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR